Okie dokie. Come on. Son, I'd like you to step away from this vector and get into a different coordinate pronto.
In the morning when I leave my den, I'm moisturized with the tears of men. Stir my tea with a crucifix, I'm an ugly nasty, call me bitch. In the evening when I'm on the rag, I just rip out a couple of American flags, take a nice hot bath in the blood of the rich, I'm an ugly nasty, call me bitch. I try to think, but it hurts my brain, so I have an abortion or find champagne. I'm a Jezebel, I'm a wicked witch, I'm an ugly nasty, call me bitch. Weekends when I want some fun, castrate a man, take away his gun, drive a classic car into a ditch, I'm an ugly nasty, call me bitch. Well, I know I am, but what are you? Some fascist bootlick Nazi tool? A whiny boy with a tiny dick, or a dumb fuck redneck backward hick? Did I get it right? Did I peg you yet? Maybe we don't know who we ain't met. Maybe nobody wins, but the already rich. If you're a dumb redneck and I'm a commie.
Good morning, my beauties and bees, and welcome to the Live from the Hive St. Patrick's Day special. I guess it's a St. Patrick's Day special. I'm dressed up. I look cute as fuck. Don't even say I don't, because I can see myself in my camera, so I know I'm cute as fuck. Hello, my beautiful Hive. Good morning. It is Saturday, March 15th. It is 8:38 a.m. and we are about to roll into a good March Live from the Hive on Hive Sci. I hope you're ready for it. We had some polls this week, as per usual. On those polls, we asked what you wanted to see in Cryptic Corner, what you wanted to see on our Week in Weird with the getting weird with it. And what we picked for it was a close one. What we picked for this week, though, was the water horse, which is convenient because it's a fairy. It's not from Ireland. It's from Scotland, but we'll just turn the other cheek on that for now. And then for the Week in Weird, we're going to talk about the Sphinx. Some crazy conspiracies about the Sphinx is what it's really going to come down to. So stick around for that. What's the lady leprechaun called? Is this a joke? I don't know. What's Lady Leprechaun called? Better be something funny. I hope it's something funny. Anyway, welcome. I'm here. You are not gonna get my Lucky Charms. Yeah, and we are gonna have so much fun today. I hope that you are ready. I am drinking my coffee out of a Christmas mug, but you know what? It's green, so I kind of was like, you know what? That's my green mug. I'm going to deal with it. My coffee is sweetened with honey today. LOL, no, it's a question. I don't know if there are like actual female leprechauns. Can we call you a very cute leprechaun without crossing verbal boundaries that insult anyone? Yes, I'm a cute AF leprechaun. It's called a bumblebee. A bumblebee is a leprechaun, is a female leprechaun. Yeah, I only date leprechauns. Sumami, I wanted to say leprechaun, but that's not nice. I can be a leprechaun if you piss me off. Don't piss me off. That's not what we're here for. I'm not here to get mad at you and distract my whole chat from getting mad at people. But yeah, I can turn into a raging leprechaun if you cross me. Why? Because weed, bro. Good morning, John. Let me say good morning to everybody. I guess I need to do that because everybody's here. Big Zebra was here first, and then Sandy. Good morning, friends. Then PC came in, dropping my links as you do. Appreciate you. Greg Hartwick was in the house. Always lovely to see you on Saturday mornings, Greg. James Nordhoff is here. Hello, James. Captive Desk. Good morning, Dave. All right, Deep Arcs. Hello, D. It's good to see you, babe. Let's see. We have more people, but yeah, Look at the Trees is here. Hello, hello. Why? Because weed, bro. Morning. There's Sumami. Boink. Bink, bonk, bink, bink, bonk, bonk. Bink, bam, bam. This kind of shit. Oh. And Native Atheist, good morning, everybody. Brainless Steel. I think we had a raid from Chris Mallard. Thank you, Mr. Daily Atheist. And Ryan's was the co-host over there this morning. They do like a sci-fi show right before the Hive. So if you're wanting something to do with your time before Live from the Hive starts, and you're into sci-fi, go over there and check out Chris Mallard's Saturday morning streams, Sci-Fi Saturday. Yeah. Who else? Okay. Well, I can't spend the whole show going through the list, but yeah, good morning, Maya and John and everybody else who's popped in or just now popping in or whatever. Al Trucker, good to see you, friend. Yay, everybody. Hello. All right. Good morning. So as I said, we're doing like a St. Patrick's Day episode. We've done Leprechaun episodes before in years past. We've been doing this show for like, this is the fourth St. Patrick's Day episode, I think. I have to check for sure, but I think so. But we've exhausted leprechauns and other fairies too, because we've had whole St. Patrick's Day episodes where we just covered fairies because, hadn't done leprechauns before. So we kind of whittle them down. Now we had Robin Redcap last week, which is also a fairy. So there is that. So if you feel like you're getting gypped this episode because we're not doing a straight up fairy, then go back and watch last week's episode because it won the poll. Robin Redcap was a good show. It was a good time digging into that. If that's what you were wanting, watch that after this morning's show because I'm not trying to gyp anybody on their fairy lore if they want it. So today, we are going to be delving into the water horse. As a matter of fact, it's getting right down to that time now. Why don't we go ahead and pop over into Cryptic Corner? All right, I'll see you guys over there. Hello, my beauties and bees, and welcome to another installment of Cryptic Corner, where we explore entities of the unexplained, supernatural, paranormal, and hidden, the mysterious, the alien, the accursed, and the forbidden. I'm your host, Miss Bumblebee, in full leprechaun regale, because it is March 15th, 2 days before St. Patrick's Day, which is on a Monday this year, so go figure. And we are celebrating it today, and I'm dressed in my full St. Patrick's Day cosplay. And yes, there may be some of this up on my OnlyFans too. I don't know. Haven't shot anything yet, but you might be on the list to see it if you sign up for that. If you don't know how, Bugbot drops a link. Anyway, back to the show. Cryptic Corner, yeah. So we did a poll. Because every year we sort of do like fairies or some kind of spring entity, something fairy adjacent, usually something Irish, but today we actually didn't have any Irish coming at you. We got Scottish again. We're doing 2 Scottish topics in a row because that's what the people are voting for. Hey, if you guys want me to visit Scotland and spend my time there, I'm all about it. Because last week we had Robin Redcap, which was a border fairy who lives on the border between Scotland and England on the Scottish side and dips his hat in red blood and everything. Anyway, if you want to know more about that, that's last week's episode. But this week's episode, we're talking about the water horse. And it's not specifically Scottish, just the most famous one is Scottish. Oh, hello, my unfinished journey. Hail Nero, hail Bree, and hail creative cryptids. Yes. Good morning. Thank you for being here, and thank you so much for the donation. You don't know how much it means to me. Yeah. I am a true Scotsman, says Captive Dusk. Well, I believe you. So first thing I want to do is just kind of learn the origins of this creature. So what I've done is I found a nice video just kind of breaking down what a water horse is in folklore, because before it was a cryptid, it was in folklore. You know, no doubt at all. Stop it. All right, let's see. Where are you, water horse? Here we go. Okay, so we are looking at Fortress of Lugh, which is that's a Celtic god, by the way. He's the one with the cool ass spear called the Spear of Destiny. He was a really cool mythological figure. If I covered mythological figures on this channel, I might cover him, but I don't. Maybe I need another channel where I talk about gods and deities. Maybe. Yeah, but the primary one's the primary water horse is the Kelpie. But there are other water horses too that do similar things. This channel talks about mythology, so why do I even need to make a second channel where I talk about gods when Fortress of Lugh does it for me? But yeah, if you look through here, you know, ancient pets, that's Norse and Greenland, Celtic origins of hockey, all kinds of cool origins of Halloween. This is like a really fun page to learn about folklore and mythology, which is something that I do cover quite a bit. Goblins, yeah. But today, excuse me, we're going to be learning about the water horse with them. So let's hear what they have to say. Let's give them the floor. Let me know if you can hear this, by the way. No? Okay, hold on. Got to switch something over, because I had to switch headphones because I'm wearing a hat, and I can't wear a hat with my big headphones. So here I am with these little ones, and they are not set up. So just a second. Did that work?
Represented
Perfect.
Frequently in folklore across
Perfect.
Britain, Ireland, and beyond, the water horse is a creature of large range and ancient origin, with direct cognates found in Greek and Roman myth. But what really are these strange creatures of the rivers, lakes, and sea? Hi, I'm Kevin McLean. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and a big thanks to all my Patreon supporters. Perhaps the first thing that ought to be said about the water horse, the Kefil Dur, the Ushke, all referring to the same creature, is that they are most generally thought to be creatures that no person ought to be playing with. They are potentially deadly, believed to kill people by drowning them in bodies of water. Kelpies are also likely to be included in this list, though often they appeared in folktales as somewhat less deadly than the Ushke, being primarily associated with the stream.
Yeah, so I had to rope in the Ushke because Kelpies. While I was able to find them, we will get to like a real one true Kelpie encounter thing here later in the show. But why I expanded this just to water horses is because the Kelpie is sort of the more benign version of it. Mostly the coastal regions had the more malevolent ones that would drag you into the ocean and drown you. But in the Midlands and or Midlands, not the Midlands, in regions further away from the sea, I guess. In the interior of Scotland is where Kelpies were, the folklore comes from, and they weren't quite as deadly as their coastal cousins.
But they were dangerous nonetheless. Their particular power is that once a person tries to mount upon their back when they are in the form of a horse, The would-be rider becomes adhered to them, stuck to the horse like a fly upon a fly trap. They are unable to free themselves. Then, with its victim firmly attached, the water horse runs full gallop into the loch, river, or sea to drown them.
Yeah, this guy does great on the pronunciation, Suomi. He's got that all down. I guess you're on a mythology channel. That's something you pick up on. I'll never be able to get everything down. My tongue's just not that talented. It's too thick. My tongue. So I struggle to flex it and bend it in the way to say certain sounds, unfortunately. But I work with what I got, and I'm, having a thick tongue has its benefits. Again, I have an OnlyFans.
The waves. Often they appear as a black horse near the water, or emerging out of the water in mist. But they are also powerful shape changers that can take the form of other creatures and even humans. There are many tales of them appearing as handsome young men to seduce a young woman, only to then drown and devour them.
Yes, but if you want AI video mill, don't worry. If you want to see me tear one of those apart, that's what we're doing for the Sphinx section. So, if you stick around for that, because that is AI nonsense. There's not AI art, but it's the AI voice, right? Reading it. But we'll get there when we get there.
Beneath the waves. They also fool farmers by showing up and serving as laboring animals for a time, before luring the man upon their back after gaining his trust. In some way, these tales
it's an equine succubus with glue on its back, Al Trucker. You're catching on. I have a dumb American tongue. I can't roll my R's to save my life. Can you roll your L's? I think around here it's more about rolling your L's in El Paso than R's. They do roll their R's, but the L's, to me, it seems much more prominent. It's not really an L sound, though. It's, yeah, sometimes it's there, and I don't even know what letter's making it. And I don't know I'm saying it wrong until I hear a native speaker say it.
To relate to random drownings, and were perhaps a way that people explained what had happened to someone after they found them floating dead in the water. But the water horse is a very ancient concept and features...
Ooh, yeah, Al, remember when I made that My Little Pony version of you on Maya's server? My Little Pony action figure? I made one for Maya and Tap, too, obviously. But I made My Little Ponies of my friends.
Likely in Pictish art, but certainly it was very well represented in Romano-British art, likely reflecting an attachment to the representation of this creature by the local population, even at this early time. That virtually the same creature with the same name and characteristics exist in all the insular Celtic languages show that it was a creature with a common conception, at least in Britain and Ireland, during the Iron Age. Yet despite
we do have some Ireland, so suck it, haters. I am covering St. Patrick's Day Ireland stuff, so... yeah, suck it. Suck it!
Fearsome reputation recorded in later folklore. Was there perhaps an earlier
and also, they're in Disney Princess Land because Elsa has a water horse that she rides. Yeah, so it's topical too.
Conception of the water horse that was perhaps less inclined to murder. An ancient Roman-era personal shrine recovered in Britain may lend us our earliest clue. The shrine, made primarily of tin and likely belonging to a native Briton, shows a god who seems similar in appearance to Roman depictions of Mercury. But this is no simple merchant god. Covering this shrine are many solar symbols, and above the idol of the god is the figure of Sol, the Roman sun god, with his whip. Yet most mysteriously of all is that this solar-aligned Mercury has one foot atop a dolphin and another foot atop a hippocampus.
That's badass. I want one of these. Can you get a replica of this thing? Because I'll put it right here on my desk. And we'll have hippocampus and dolphin worship under the light of Sol for many a moons.
The Roman representation of a water horse. The iconography, however, does not suggest a fearsome figure, but a benevolent one, likely with a bag in hand, who comes bearing gifts and perhaps with the light of the sun. Medieval myth speaks much about magical horses that can cross both land and sea. Most famous of these is the horse of Lug Lavada, said to have been obtained from Manannan Mac Lir, Eanver, meaning the foam of the wave.
Oh my god,
is
you
able
keep
to
saying them freaking Celtic names. You're going to make me swoon, mister. Love it.
cross land and sea faster than the cold March wind, something repeated of many horses in later myth and folktales. But Manannan's horses
Hippocampus is part of the brain. It's both.
are elsewhere specifically linked to the waves of the sea.
Hippocampus regulates emotion in humans. Yeah.
And even the name of the horse itself relates to this. It would seem that only a water horse would possess the ability to cross both land and sea.
Well, I would call hippos amphibious mammals. A university for large, or a university dorms for large amphibious mammals could be called a hippocampus.
And also be compared to a wave. Gradlon, a legendary king of the Bretons, was likewise said to have a horse that could travel across land and sea and go into the sea. In a Fenian story, a horse of Abertha...
Is that related to Bran the Blessed? Is that the same figure in, from Celtic mythology in Ireland that's called Bran the Blessed? It sounds like a similar character. I don't know though. What do you say, Branderwad? Yeah.
a son of Lug, transports the entire band of Finn McCool into the other world. In many folktales from Ireland in the 18th and 19th
Ooh,
century.
I love Finn McCool too. We next St. Patrick's Day we're gonna do Irish Giants. So let's do that. Put it in stone. You know what? Put it in stone. We are doing for next St. Patrick's Day. We're gonna get down. We're gonna get dirty. We're gonna bust into Finn McCool. We're gonna do the Giants Causeway. We're gonna talk about folklore. We're gonna talk about modern sightings of giants, of Irish giants. That'll be our plan for next St. Patrick's Day. Hold me to that. If I come around next St. Patrick's Day, I'm like, what should we cover? Should we cover Cluricons or something like that? I need you all to just say, hey, no, you promised us Finn McCool. You promised us the Irish Giants. So, yeah, bring it.
Some collected by Jeremiah Curtin and others. There are magical talking horses that have the ability to travel across the land and the sea, or leap to amazing heights and fly. They can travel to different lands with their riders on their backs, and even take the form of humans. What all these seem to have in common is that
people don't realize that about water buffaloes, that they like walk on the bottom of the ocean, or like the bottom of the billabong or the marsh or swamp that they're in, or bottom of the lake. They'll actually hide underwater from predators. It's really cool to see. People don't think about like ungulates, like buffalo holding their breath, but yeah, humans aren't the only mammals capable of that. And artiodactyls obviously excel at it because, whales.
magical horses have the ability to transport the riders not simply across the ground as a normal horse, but to other worlds. There is thus in them the quality...
You forgot billabong is a real word because you would have fillabong?
...of the shamanic horse, similar to Odin's Sleipnir, which can cross any boundary.
The son of Lug is like a G sound, sort of, but it's not as harsh as the anglicized version of it. So you want to say it like with sort of a soft G, but not the soft G that you're used to. It's like Lug. Like at the end. It's not G, but it's not J either. It's Lug. It's, yeah. That's what I was talking about. Some of these languages have sounds that I can't make properly.
But are these magical horses that can take people to far off shores of the land of the eternal youth the same as the water horses that are also dreaded? They might be, or at least they might be closely related.
I always look at pictures of the horses like Sleipnir and the ones with the like 8 legs and stuff, and they never depict them in a way that would be beneficial to speed. Right? Even distribution would probably help a great deal for an equine to increase its speed. Something more akin to, well, it's fine if they leave just the two in the front and then they do an even distribution of doubled up legs in the back. As long as it's a pushing force that has the, because you don't want it to be a pulling force, because you see how a puppy runs when they're little and their back legs are faster than their front legs. That's what you'd have your horse doing. But I digress.
One folktale called Sean MacBreogan and the King of the White Nation. A fine local lord named Breogan finds a young horse near the water at high tide. He raises up the horse for 3 years and finds it to be a fine steed and brings it to a festival he hosts next summer, where horses are raced along the beach. Likely a Lunasa time festival, though the folktale doesn't specify. He invites all his neighbors to ride on the horse, but they decline, fearing the horse. And though
I'd get on that horse. I'd get glued to its back, and it can drag me into the water. If I'm gonna go out like young or younger, I'm not that young, but if I'm gonna be taken out before natural causes by something, freaking riding a water horse into the sea to my death is number one. What else could be cooler than that? That's a cool fucking way to die. Come on. That's a badass way to die. I mean, but I'm not picky. I'd be cool with getting eaten by a great white shark or something too. If I'm gonna go out, I want a cool way to die. It's like, that's why I identify with the idea of, if you're gonna, like, people. I used to, like, when I was driving, I would drive behind like the log trucks and stuff, and be like, yeah, this is what's it, like, Final Destination moment, and everybody in the car would be freaking out, be like, get out from behind here, what are you, crazy? And it's like. And you get mad at me for evoking Final Destination. It's like, if that's the way you're gonna go, right? You get killed, smashed by a log at high speed. You don't feel the pain, right? You're splattered instantly. So it's a less painful way to go, and it's freaking epic. People will never forget how your final demise. If you got dragged into the water by a water horse, same deal.
Though the tale doesn't say so, they likely feared that it was a water horse. Finally, he mounts the horse himself, and the first thing it does is leap into the air and fly off over the sea. But in the tale, this horse does not drown him, but rather takes him to Tir Nanog, the land of eternal youth. Yet the land of youth is in some ways the land of the dead, and those who go there hardly ever come back. Or if they do, they come back years later. So when Breogan manages to return home via the same horse, he is hardly remembered, for he has been gone for years, and everyone thought he was dead, drowned by the horse. This story indicates that these legendary horses that transport heroes to the other world are at least indistinguishable from the same Ushke that drown people. And I'm
going to try that again. Accurse. Accurse. Say it with me, Hive. Hard to see on the end. Ushke. Accurse. Let me hear you say it. All right, that's all right. Yep. Ushke. No. Ushke. Good. You got it. Very good. I might have us repeat that at the end of the show.
Probably in origin the same. They are otherworldly beings that are able to transport people between worlds, and the boundary of the worlds is most often represented as the water, either moving across the water or indeed going beneath it.
Is it the water above, like in the Bible? But God separated. So the water horse is more powerful than the Abrahamic God, because it can travel through his barrier of water.
Appears to be the same reason why the Romano-British figure of a god stands atop one. He is moving between worlds, something Hermes has the ability to do, perhaps bearing gifts from the land beyond, and the figure of the hippocampus.
And to be clear, I don't want to, we would call it like a Greek god or whatever, Roman gods and things like that, but it's a Mediterranean folklore, Hermes is, and not the bureaucrat from Futurama.
May, to the local worshipper, reflect this transitory ability, just as the horse of Lugh or various horses of heroes in folktales, which are said to cross the sea to strange lands. But what happens if the rider fails his otherworldly journey? Perhaps the rider simply drowns. The entire process appears to relate to a journey into the otherworld, that is, a journey into the land of the spirits, the land of the dead, and the gods. Even when one succeeds in this journey, they might be gone a very long time.
So that'd be a cool work, like fictional tale, folk tale of someone who like lost their love or something, and so they traveled the shorelines in search of a water horse and finally captured one and to ride it into the underworld to rescue their lost love. That'd be a cool story.
Time, so that they are thought to be dead, even if they do not die. These spirits were likely not thought to be as malevolent as they are later portrayed to be, but are perhaps even the expression of local spirits of the lakes, rivers, and various coastal waters, and may have played some part in druidic practices regarding otherworldly travel. Spirit walking or projection is sometimes compared to riding a horse, and is thought by some to be the origin of Odin.
Do you think like Titty Mons had a water horse? Because he was like over the fins and stuff.
Odin's horse. But perhaps because the water horses resided in the water and perhaps governed that water, they were ascribed blame for anyone who happened to drown in that water. Even more so because they were connected with the idea of carrying people across or beneath it. If someone drowned mysteriously, it might be said that they drowned trying to ride a water horse. And from there, it isn't hard to see how the idea of the terrible, murderous water horse arose. But as a transitional spirit between the world of the living and the other world, they might well have had an association.
Hey, I'm a transitional spirit too. Maybe I'm a water horse. Y'all think maybe I could be a water horse? I can make horse sounds. Yeah, I could be a water horse.
With death from the beginning, with transporting souls across the waves. When stories tell of water horses coming in disguise, trying to seduce young women in order to drown them, the notion is similar to various stories of the Dinashi. The underlying idea is a little different. A transit
Dinashi. Dinashi. Let's say that together, Hive. Dinashi. But I wonder if the she is spelled S-I-T-H, because that's how the Irish Celts would have spelled that. Dinashi. All right. Another water horse.
spirit trying to lure one into the other world for them never to return. By the 18th and 19th century, the water horse seems to have become an explanation for drownings or sudden disappearances.
Ooh, that's a cool piece of
due to
art.
their earlier relation to otherworldly journeys and the realm of the dead. But in origin, the water horse may not have been a
It reminds me of the Dead Marshes scenes from, is that Fellowship of the Rings or the Two Towers? One of the Lord of the Rings movies where Gollum and Frodo and Sam are moving through the dead marshes, and they see the dead faces in the marshes, and it's like, oh, you go down and light a little candle of your own. Yeah.
fine creature that aimed to kill, but a guardian spirit of the waters.
That's good, AR. Good job. Can I give AR stars? Maybe. So these stars are for AR. Nobody else steal them. There you go. That's for you.
And perhaps a guide who helped convey druids and filly on meditative excursions into the otherworld in their quest for wisdom and guidance from the spirits. When they would ride atop the magical horses, that would take them over land and sea to the land of Tir na nog. Or maybe they were always murderous creatures. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, stand tall.
All right. So, again, that was Fortress of Loop. I'm going to subscribe because I really like this. I'm actually going to subscribe and turn on my notifications. Even not like he needs my my support, but you know, he's got 242k subscribers with 151 videos. I have, well, nothing close to that. I have almost 1.3k subscribers, and I have like 600 videos. So there's that. Fortress of Luke, you're doing it right, and your videos look based. So let's if you're interested in that in mythology, go subscribe there. But so that's the groundwork, that's the framework for the water horse. But you say, Bree, this is Cryptic Corner. We talk about things that people are claiming are real today. Mythology is not that. People do claim that fairies are real, but I've never seen anybody claim a water horse is real. You might be thinking that, but you'd be wrong, because the Brothers Jackson, True Scary Stories, has brought us a scary story about an encounter with a Kelpie, and we're going to listen to it. Let me just have a quick browse of this channel. The Brothers Jackson is videos is a channel of true scary stories curated by a British storyteller and aspiring writer, specializing in UK scary stories, but not afraid to venture into the abyss of horror in other forms. Most of the stories I narrate will be exclusive stories you won't find anywhere else. However, I may narrate the odd popular creepypasta or true scary story if I find it particularly chilling. All right, so let's dive into this, see what the Brothers Jackson are going to bring to us and put on our plate today regarding the water horse. I'm digging that jam though. Creepy and spooky. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did anybody get that reference? Did anybody get my Goosebumps series reference? Whoa, 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 whoa. So that's what that reminds me of. It reminds me of the Goosebumps intro.
This is something that happened to me and my older brother years ago when we were younger. I've always been reluctant to talk about it, due mainly to the fact that the people I have decided to tell never believed me, but...
Robert Madewell, I appreciate your effort, right? I appreciate that. Everybody's trying to say this stuff with me. It's fun to try to say these weird words.
I'm hoping you guys here may understand it differently. We were born and raised in Scotland, in the lowlands, near the border between Ayr and Dumfries. Our family had lived there for generations, and as such, we almost had a natural knowledge of the local area and knew all the best and most beautiful spots. This happened back in the 1980s. I was about 11 and my brother would have been around 16. It was the summer holidays, and as such, in Scotland, the weather was shit. However, being Scottish meant that a heavy downpour didn't deter us from going out and enjoying ourselves, especially in a time before mobile phones and tablets. My brother woke me up one morning at about 6 AM, tossing a waterproof coat onto my face and shouting at me in his usual overzealous manner. He said we were going for a hike for the day, and...
So, I lost my train of thought. Sorry, I had something else over on this other screen that was happening that was kind of distracting me, but that's all right. I just realized, and I wanted to say before I forget, that yesterday was Pie Day, and I didn't even say anything to anybody. So if you celebrate Pie Day by having pie, yeah, happy Pie Day. I hope you enjoyed your pie. I did not have pie. I wish I did.
A smile crept across my face. I loved the hikes and the antics me and my brother got up to when on them. We left the house with slices of burnt toast in our mouth.
Hey, beautiful friends. Thank you, Captive Desk Dave. Gifted 5 channel memberships, 5 new Hive members. Kalasia was gifted a membership. Why? Because Weed Bro was gifted a membership. Bridge the Divide was gifted a membership. Kaz was gifted a membership. And Nitty was gifted a membership. So welcome. Welcome to the Hive. Freaking enjoy leaving your Bigfoot tracks all over my live chat. Because I live for it. And also, member for 13 months. Ember has been with us for over a year now. The Hive has the best words, the most mysterious too. I love learning new words. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that, because right now I just started my new job, so I'm kind of freaking broke at the moment. So any little bit that you can donate to help me out to get through the next few weeks until I get paid will be so appreciated.
And began hiking west out of our village. In no time at all, we were surrounded by the serene isolation of the Scottish wilderness and on a trail that had trees looming over us either side, blotting out the grey sky above and casting a dark canopy of shadows. We had hiked down this muddy dirt trail for what felt like an hour and the rain was still pouring. My brother decided to take us off trail, which wasn't abnormal. I understand that in some of...
So I don't know, is anybody in the Hive out there like a regular hiker? I used to hike regularly when I was in my 20s. Maybe into my 30s a little bit, but I haven't done any serious hiking in almost 10 years at least. I'm really out of shape for it too, but I used to love to hike, love to go to the mountains, the Ozarks, the Appalachia, Great Lakes area, just hiking all over. My favorite place to hike that I've ever been was Elephant Rock in the Ozarks. Beautiful place. But when you go off trail, you need to make sure you know what you're doing, right? You need to make sure you know what's going on, where you are, even when you're off trail. If you can't define directions and know which way you're going, yeah, don't go off trail, because you're just going to put yourself and perhaps others in danger.
The large national parks in the US, it isn't a good idea to stray off the established trails, but here in Scotland, it isn't as much of a big deal, nor is it as dangerous. We clambered into the undergrowth, tearing our way through the thick vines and heavy leaves as kids do, and came out into an opening. I could see by the look in my brother's eyes that he had been here before, and another untidy trail that was to our left confirmed this to me. My brother beckoned me towards him and pointed ahead, pulling me.
I'm going to take a quick intermission. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Something has come up that I need to just deal with real quick, and I'll be right back. All right. Thank you for sticking with me. Sorry about that. Just had to
to his
step away
field
for a
of
minute.
view.
Oh, so I just had to step away for a minute. I appreciate everybody sticking around. That'll be, of course, edited out on on my broadcast.
From where I was, him and pointed ahead, pulling me to his field of view. Beckoned me towards him and pointed ahead, pulling me to his field of view. From where I was stood, you could see a bed of water. It could have been a puddle, yet the water was crystal clear. Again, this wasn't abnormal, as the Scottish lowlands are full of lochs, ponds, rivers and streams, and during childhood, we found ourselves stumbling across...
I would love to go visit those lochs, ponds, and streams of the Scottish Highlands. I would love, or lowlands. I would love to. They run down from the Highlands, too. I would love to follow a stream or a rivulet or whatever up to its source in the Scottish Highlands. That'd be a fun hike. You're so close to the Rockies now, Bree. Those are mountains. I'm actually in the Franklin Mountains right now, John. I've been up in the Franklins a bit. I'm just, honestly, it's just weather that's keeping me from going up there. But there's only a little window of time seasonally that you have where it doesn't get like deadly hot in the midday here in El Paso. Like the deadly hot to be up like out in the wilderness. But I digress. I will eventually make my way out there to see the bighorn sheep. That's what I want to see. They're here, and before I go, I want to go to where they are and see them because they just brought them back. There haven't been bighorn sheep in Texas in like 75 years before this. They were wiped out of in the state, locally extinct, and they brought them back, and I want to go see them. What's going on?
Cross them regularly. We headed towards it, but the way was blocked off by some pretty thick broken tree trunks and many brambles and thorns. My brother asked me to go through and check out the mysterious body of water to see what it was, as I could fit through the gap beneath the trunks, and it saved him the hassle of hacking us a trail for no reason. I agreed, relishing the opportunity to lead some of my own adventuring, and got straight on my hands and knees, crawling under the rotting bark up to my chest in thick, brown mud. It took me a few minutes, and I was nicked by a few thorns here and there, but for the most part, I managed to slither out unscathed. From where I was stood, you could see down to this small pond, about 15 feet long and 11 feet wide, from a small, rocky balcony. There was
I wouldn't even call that a pond. 15 by 11? That's... I guess it's smaller than my bedroom. My bedroom's like, I don't know, maybe 12 by 12? 12, or, yeah, probably 12 by 13. So, yeah, that's not a big pond for a water horse to dwell in.
Almost man-made looking trail that wound down to the shore of the pond, the water of which was as clear as a crystal, to use a cliche simile. My brother shouted through, asking what it looked like. I found myself ignoring him. The scene before my eyes was like nothing I had ever seen, and I found myself enchanted. I walked down the trail. My brother's shout seemed to fade out. I lost sight of the pond as I passed behind a single layer of evergreen trees that followed the windy trail down. As the pond came back into view, I inhaled sharply at the sight of a huge, black stallion. It was one of those steeds that had a thick mane down the back of its legs, and the whole beast was dripping wet, as if it had climbed out of the pond moments ago.
Maybe it was like cooling off in the water. You know, maybe it's like, horses will do that. They're just like any other animal. When they get hot, they will go into the water and chill and cool down.
It must have, because I didn't see it anywhere else. It was featureless except for its glowing red eyes and one pulsing vein running down its nose. It was a terrifying beast that would usually have me running for the hills. However, for some reason, I found myself walking towards it with...
That's the thing, Dave. Yeah, that's not enough pond for for one horse, even especially a big, powerful horse like what he's talking about here.
One hand outstretched. It neighed and reared up, seeming to become excited at my approach. I drew closer to it, its eyes like hot coals burning me, sucking me into its demonic grasp, and its hair like seaweed. I was close when I felt a heavy hand yank me back and my brother wail, "No!" He covered my eyes and started shoving me back up the trail.
That's some bird box shit right there.
Screaming at me not to look back. He pretty much threw me back through the bush, scratching my face, and he came through himself seconds later, picking me up and throwing me back onto the trail we had come from. We ran all the way home and told no one. We spoke about it to each other, and my brother admitted that he had seen it too, and that he thought it was a kelpie, a supposed to be mythical creature from Scottish lore. And that
supposed to be mythical, but you just encountered one. Doom, doom, doom. Or maybe it was somebody's horse that was coming for a drink and a cool down in a little pool of water. I bet that's a possibility too.
If I had touched it, according to legend, I would have stuck to it and been dragged to the depths of the pond. That was the first time I'd ever heard of a kelpie, and I know now the stories are more than just that. I think even stranger than my encounter with a supposedly mythological creature is the pond itself. We went back multiple times and never found it again, despite finding the first clearing. Years later, we Google Earth searched the surrounding area and turned up nothing, making the whole experience even creepy.
Oh my god, is that my brother? Dustin, are you out there in my live chat? Hey, babe. Good to see you. I'm doing Leprechaun. Look, check me out. Oh, hold on. And there's Minnow, too. I'm a Leprechaun today. Aren't I cute?
Yeah. Hey guys, Brothers Jackson here. That was one true scary kelpie encounter. I really hope you enjoyed that video. I think hopefully this week, probably Tuesday or Thursday.
So Dustin, the person in the chat there, is who would have pulled me back from climbing onto the back of a kelpie. He actually pulled me back from jumping off of a castle into a river once. So, and hello, Minnow. Yeah, I got to tell you about something that happened. Was it last weekend? Has it been that long ago? Anyway, you'll get a laugh out of it. I'll talk to you after the show. It was fun. You want to go back and see the Homeland 2 Captive Desk? Yeah, I would love to go see Scotland. Love to go to Ireland. Would love to get dragged to the depth by a water horse too. Just putting that out there. If there's any water horses that want to drag me to my, to my doom, like that's an awesome and a cool way to go out.
I want to be uploading 4 true scary cryptid stories. I actually made a proper rookie error on that. I recorded it, started editing it. I was like, oh, this sound quality sounds a bit terrible. And I'd forgot to change the settings on my software to record from a proper mic, and it just used my laptop mic.
Oh, using your laptop mic or your camera mic, and you think everything's going good. That sucks. I have so many videos, especially older videos. A lot of them are now set to private, but where my audio is just horrid. I've had some. My first videos were just terrible, so keep it up. You'll get there. Many subscribers does this channel have? The Brothers Jackson. They're about the same size as my channel. Yeah, they got a lot less videos, but they have about the same. Well, I have a bit more subscribers, but not much. What else do they have on their playlist here? I'll close that out. Oh. That's not what I wanted. That's up next. We'll get there. Don't worry. All right. Let's look and see. The true scary Reddit stories. How do you know a story from Reddit is true, though? Gargoyles, a scary gargoyle story by the Brothers Jackson videos. So got some gargoyles, black hole photograph. I almost said photography. These are all old. They haven't made anything in half a decade. My experience with DMT, that'd be interesting. 3 poltergeist stories. I love a good poltergeist story. You know what I like better than poltergeist story though is poltergeist videos. Give me a poltergeist video and I will spend freaking 20 minutes for every 3 minutes of footage examining it, trying to figure out how they're doing it, how they're making the cabinets open and all the dishes fly out. Usually it's wire work, but yeah, I like figuring out hoaxes. Yeah, but they have other stuff on here too, like attacked by bears and things like that, phobia stories. Anyhow, so yeah, this is the Brothers Jackson. You know what? I'm gonna subscribe. Why not? Give them some love. Love from the Hive. All right. Well, this one actually came up sort of short. I was hoping we'd have another 15 minutes or so of content. But that's okay. Sometimes that happens. There just wasn't. There's not a lot on this topic in modern times. There's a lot of it in historic times, right? Like in a lot of folklore and old legends about this, but you don't see a lot of this stuff happening in modern times because it's not a common thing to say, oh, we found someone floating in the pond, so they must have been dragged in by a water horse. We have other speculations about that. Well, I'm glad you got here, Aunt Jer, because you know who suggested this? Who suggested this topic? Aunt Jer. Aunt Jer's the one who had that put on the poll. And you can do that too. All you got to do is go to the most recent poll on the Live from the Hive channel and put down on the cryptid poll what cryptid you'd like me to cover. Or what cryptic creature, I guess, cryptic entity. It doesn't always have to be a cryptid because we cover ghosts and aliens and stuff here too. But whatever you want me to cover on that, and you just put the name of it down, whether it's a isolated incident or a overarching folklore or local legends. Let me know, and I will look into it. And if I think there's enough there to sink my teeth into, I will add it to the poll. We're going to be adding. I mean, again, just to let you know that the poll for next week's already picked. Someone, remember who it was? Someone suggested Wendigo, and we're going to put that on the poll. So Wendigo will be on the poll next week. If you're interested in seeing some Wendigo, I'll probably try to find Wendigo videos, like people claiming Wendigo encounters. And we'll probably go. There'll be like a playlist, I'm sure. So I like to mix things up. I'll do a video do a Cryptic Corner where I listen to someone tell a narrative, tell a story. I'll listen to or watch a video where someone visits the site, visits the location of the sighting. Or I will cover a series of videos and clips and photos and stuff of alleged sightings. It depends on what's available. Yeah, surely there was a water horse in the creek we spent all summer in. Yeah. When I was a kid, there was down the hill from my parents' house. There was a creek. It was like on the edge of the wilderness back then, but now it's developed. They've built houses and stuff down there now. But it was like sort of on the edge of the wilderness when we were children. So we would walk down and spend our summer days in this little forested. I don't know what you would call it. It was like, so there was you go down and there was people's houses, but then there was the creek, and then beyond the creek there was a little forest, and then within the forest it was an uphill slope. There were natural springs that flowed down, but there were cliffs and little caves and stuff. Hours of fun. Yeah. But that's something I've considered covering too. I don't know where I'd cover that, but I want to cover Ted the Caver at some point, if that's the thing that we can do. Ted the Caver was like the OG creepypasta about a guy's journey into an unexplored cave and what befell him. Maybe we'll find a place for that. I don't know if that fits in Cryptic Corner or not. There is allusions to an entity there, but I don't know. There's lots of cave stuff, though. Of course, we've been to Lovelock Cave in the past, where the red-headed giants lived. But yeah, it was a great place to spin cryptid yarns. It really was. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. All right, I'm going to take my intermission now. Oh, hold on. I need to close out Cryptic Corner. Sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. So do you believe in water horses? Do you think that this mythology has any truth to it? If so, what sort of species might a water horse be? Let me know in the comments down below. And please remember to be kind, take care, and we will see you next time. Now I've got to do my don't go, because people tend to try to leave when I say that. And don't leave, because that's just the end of Cryptic Corner, right? And the reason I say that is because we trim this down, right, this segment down, and we're going to put it in the standalone Friday night Cryptic Corner premiere, which you can join me for. Usually I'm there. Sometimes I'm not. It's Friday night, so sometimes I'm out. But I always schedule it as a premiere so that even if I'm not there, you can hang out. I need to start learning to put notes on there to tell people that, hey, I'm not going to make it tonight because I'm, out with friends, or because we're, working on something, because we got this, this or that going on, so that people know why I'm not there. But yeah, I will cut this out and put it in that segment. That's why I close this out and do like a good night, everybody, sort of thing. So that doesn't mean to leave. Don't leave. We've got more show to come. And I will be right back with our week in weirdness.
There are moments when we cannot believe that what is happening is really true. Pinch yourself and you may find out that it is.
This heat is just driving me crazy. I don't know if I can take much more.
The condition of retrogradation is contrary or inharmonious to the regular direction of actual movement in the zodiac.
The film which you are about to see is an account of the tragedy which befell a group of 5 youths. For them, an idyllic summer afternoon drive became a nightmare. It is all the more tragic in that they were young. But had they lived very, very long lives, they could not have expected, nor would they have wished to see as much of the mad and macabre as they were to see that day. The events of that day were to lead to the discovery of one of the most bizarre crimes in the annals of American history.
Hello, hello, my beauties and bees, and who is ready to get weird with it, with the Sphinx? Because today we are going to be diving into a lot of conspiracy stuff surrounding the Sphinx, and who better to take us on a journey through conspiracy than where am I? So hold on, I lost my screen. There I am. Okay. Then Roswell's cat and conspiracy and gaming bunker. Sure, why not? They do gaming videos, but they also do conspiracy videos. Looks like more so gaming videos lately. But what I've pulled... Oh, hold on. Wow, Kamala Harris exposed. Oh my. The MAGA revolution. This guy is whack. We got some. Is that Steven Crowder I hear? I hear. Oh, some MAGA stuff. There's lots of MAGA up in here. What does MAGA have to do with the Sphinx? I have no idea, but this video here is about the Sphinx, and it's done with AI audio, the most basic standard AI voice that you've ever heard. And they're gonna dive into a few different conspiracies. Geo Sam in the house. Hey Sam, it's good to see ya.
The Egyptian desert, a place of scorching sun, endless dunes, and mysteries buried beneath the sands of time.
Toasty
For
up in
centuries,
here.
this land has captivated explorers, archaeologists, and dreamers alike. Drawn by the allure of ancient civilizations and the echoes of forgotten gods, we venture into this enigmatic landscape. Our destination, the Sphinx, a colossal enigma carved from the very bedrock of history.
Is that really quiet? Why are you so quiet, dude? It's like all the way up, too. I don't know why he's
half
so
lion,
quiet.
half human, the Sphinx stands as a silent sentinel, its gaze fixed eternally on the horizon.
So there's one theory this guy doesn't cover here, and I just want to poke it in here real quick, and that's this theory that the Sphinx really originally had an Anubis head. Wild!
What secrets lie hidden behind its enigmatic smile? What tales could it tell of pharaohs and empires, of lost knowledge and ancient wisdom? Today we embark on a journey to unravel these mysteries, to delve into the heart of the latest discoveries that are reshaping our understanding of this ancient wonder.
Doop, doop, doop.
Join us as we explore the groundbreaking findings that are sending shock.
Listen to that AI voice. So basic. I would rather hear people read than do these AI voices. That's just my opinion, but if you hear the AI voice, there's a good chance that what you're about to hear is about a bunch of BS and trash, though. That's why we hear so much AI voices on this channel, because I guess what people are afraid to put their own voice behind a lot of nonsense. I don't know.
Through the world of archaeology. Discoveries that challenge our assumptions about the Sphinx's origins, its purpose, and its connection to a past far more profound than we ever imagined. Prepare to be amazed, to be intrigued, and to have your perception of history forever altered.
I'm pro bug too, GeoSam. I'm not pro tick or anything. Ticks are part of the food web or whatever, sure, but yeah, I'm not like pro tick, especially the diseases they carry. But we'll have to revisit the tick. That was my Lone Star tick video at the before the show. Yeah, about the when they bite you, you won't be able to eat meat.
For the Sphinx is more than just a monument. It is a doorway to a lost world, a beacon from a time when giants walked the earth and humanity's story was still being written in the sands of time. Let us step through that doorway together and unlock the secrets that lie within.
That's a little better. Part 2.
Part 2, Act 1, about 6 sections, legacy in stone, the echo of pharaohs, tales of the Sphinx, the name whispered on the wind, and a message etched in time.
That was a really poorly structured. I mean, it could have been it could have been awesome if it had been, if the inflection would have been proper, but because your AI voice doesn't have that inflection. Mosquitoes, not so much. Yeah, fuck the mosquitoes. Bats love mosquitoes, though. Lots of birds do, too, like nightjars, and they'll eat mosquitoes. Of course, spiders eat mosquitoes. Morning, big zebra.
For centuries, the Sphinx lay partially buried by the relentless desert sands, its true scale and majesty obscured from view. It was only in the early 20th century that teams of dedicated archaeologists, armed with shovels and determination, finally freed the monument from its sandy tomb. This monumental effort revealed not only the Sphinx's full size, but also a host of intriguing clues about its past.
But historically, we always knew what the Sphinx looked like underneath, even though it wasn't until this time period that we dug it out. I mean, you can go back to, like, I don't know, like the Napoleonic Wars, for instance, because you hear a lot about, allegedly the Sphinx got its nose blasted off by Napoleon. I don't think that's folklore, but regardless, they knew what the Sphinx was and its full scale at that time.
Pattern of erosion on its limestone body, for example, differed markedly from that observed on the nearby pyramids.
Yeah, Minnow says, they're always like, we still don't know how they did X, Y, and Z. And it's like, did you try asking the Egyptians? Yeah, it's all recorded. Even like the it's funny because like the name, Imhotep, right? The name that they use for the mummy in the mummy movies, the antagonist, was actually the name of one of the architects that built the Great Pyramid. I think it was the Great Pyramid. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that was his name, and it's documented. They have people talk about the pyramids being built by slave labor when we have payroll records from the workforce that built the pyramids. We have records showing who worked on them. It's not saying there was no slave labor, but it was mostly done by contractors and skilled workers because it's a skilled building. You can't just put anybody in there and say, hey, build me this, and then they'll know how to do it.
As archaeologists meticulously documented the Sphinx's surface, they discovered a series of unusual markings etched into its limestone body. These markings, resembling deep grooves and wave-like patterns, extended across the Sphinx's base and up its flanks as if etched by the relentless flow of water. Geologists called in to examine these curious formations.
Are y'all ready for some flood nonsense? If you're ready for some flood nonsense, I want to see waves in the chat. Give me some waves. Give me some waves. And we'll get on to the flood nonsense. I'm going to sip my coffee and wait for waves to come in. Wait for the waves to come crashing on the shores of this hive. Bring me my torrents. Wash in that flotsam and jetsam onto my shores. Come now. A deluge of flood nonsense, says Antarctic Fox. High school flashback, Spooky. Spooky's bringing the waves. Fox is bringing the waves. Brainless Steel's bringing the waves. D-A-R, yes, G-O, flood me. Everybody wants to be flooded. Everybody, yes. Oh, look at all those waves that you all are splashing upon my shore. The Egyptians used to pay their workers in beer. I'd be good. Flotsam and jetsam will fly onto your shores. Those are Sumami's crow friends who she's been bonding with for the last several months. Pretty soon she's going to have her own murder that does her bidding. And you need to train them to go to some golf resort in Florida and wreck shit. That would be great. Flood me, baby. Yes, let's do it. Okay, here we go.
Confirmed that they were indeed consistent with water erosion. But the source of the water remained a mystery. The prevailing theory at the time held that the Sahara Desert...
Just to spoilers for everybody. It's sand erosion, actually. And yeah, it was buried in sand for centuries, so that checks out. Just to not burst anybody's bubble. Not that these valleys haven't flooded in the last 3,500 years. I mean, surely there's been some level of rainfall, and this thing being buried in sand and having the water retained around its base when it's covered in sand whenever it rains, sometimes for months, because the Sahara, the sand is like so deep. Anyway, I digress.
That had been arid for millennia, with no evidence of significant rainfall to explain such extensive water damage.
Flood time, come on.
The theory of a watery past gained further credence with the discovery of a vast network of subterranean chambers and passages beneath the Giza Plateau. These chambers, some natural, others seemingly carved by human hands, hinted at a hidden world beneath the desert sands, a world shaped by the ebb and flow of water. One particular chamber, located directly beneath the Sphinx, attracted significant attention. Known as the Tomb of Osiris, this rectangular chamber contained a large sarcophagus-like structure, its lid sealed tight.
The Tomb of Osiris. Let's have a look. Let's see here. Osiris. Under the Sphinx, you say? Let's do some research. All right, so the Tomb of Osiris, or Osiris Shaft, is a mysterious underground burial complex located beneath the causeway connecting the Sphinx to Khafre's Pyramid of Giza in Egypt, and believed to have 3 levels, including a flooded chamber. Yeah. Having water reservoirs in the middle of the desert seems like a good idea, and good construction ideas, right? But let's make it sound all weird and mysterious.
The idea that the Sphinx might have witnessed a wetter, more ancient past is a tantalizing one. Imagine the Sphinx not as a solitary guardian of the desert, but as a sentinel overlooking lush landscapes, rivers, and perhaps even bustling ancient communities. This vision of a verdant past is not just a flight of fancy, but is rooted in geological and climatological studies that suggest the region was once far more hospitable than it is today. This idea gained further traction as researchers began to explore the possibility of a global cataclysm in Earth's distant history.
Ooh, the deluge. I mean, you all knew it was coming because of the hey, give me some waves. More waves are still coming in too. More waves. Yes, I love you guys.
The notion that our planet has undergone dramatic shifts, both gradual and sudden, is supported by a growing body of evidence. Scholars and scientists have pored over ancient texts, scrutinized geological formations, and analyzed climatic data to piece together a narrative that challenges our understanding of history. Could a catastrophic event, such as a massive flood, have played a pivotal role in reshaping the Earth's surface and altering...
No, and there's no evidence for that either. What are you talking about? You're like, oh, there's new evidence. There's a growing body of evidence. No, there's not. That's some young Earth creationist BS right there.
The course of human civilization. The idea is not as far-fetched as it might seem. Historical records and mythological accounts from various cultures speak of great floods that wiped out entire populations, leaving only a few survivors to rebuild. Another intriguing possibility is a sudden shift in Earth's poles, a phenomenon that could have triggered dramatic climate changes. Such an event would have had profound effects on the planet's ecosystems, potentially leading to the extinction of species and the collapse of civilizations. The evidence for pole
like
shifts...
the civilizations like Atlantis, Lemuria, and Mu? Those civilizations? Yeah.
...is found in the geological record, where layers of sediment and rock tell a story of a planet in flux. Proponents of this theory point to ancient myths and legends from cultures around the world that speak of a great deluge. These stories, often dismissed as mere folklore, contain striking similarities despite originating.
That is young Earth creationism and their nonsense about there being flood myths from around the globe. Everybody has different floods and natural disaster myths, I guess would be a better way to describe it. Sometimes it's a flood of water, but sometimes it's a flood of beer. Sometimes it's a flood of blood. Sometimes it's a flood of honey. Like different, they talk about all these different cultures having global flood myths, but it's not always a flood of water. And instead, they don't all have the same folklore attached to them or the same type of event. Why is this one group seeing the global flood as a flood of beer? And another group is seeing blood, and another group seeing water, another group seeing honey. Why? Why would you assume that all these stories are the same? Was it a mix of all these ingredients together? Blood flood, that's scary. Mud flood, yes, there's the mud flood of the Tartarian people. There you go. It's all different.
From vastly different regions. Could these tales be echoes of a shared human experience, a collective memory of a time when the world was turned upside down? The Great Deluge is a recurring theme in many ancient texts, from the Epic of Gilgamesh to the Bible's story of Noah's Ark. These accounts describe a world submerged in water.
Well, so Noah's Ark is a direct derivative of Utnapishtim in the Epic of Gilgamesh. It's the same narrative that's just been updated to gel with a Yahwehic. I don't want to say Yahwehic cult at the time, but it was more like a cult than a religion at that time. It was like a sect of Judaism that was branched off and eventually would lead to monotheism, but at the time it still had ties to older mythology with a pantheon, and the story of Utnapishtim was important to the creation narrative of the world that we currently reside in those older traditions. And so they had to roll over the flood story to it's kind of like the way that they appropriated like Northern European traditions and seasonal holidays and all that into the Christian calendar of sacred days. It's a conglomeration of different folklore important to that culture that they're trying to appropriate into their religion to make their religion part of that culture, and thus tie their Abrahamic faith to that culture it's a means of survival of any kind of religion. Though it has to be tied to a culture, because while it's okay to tear down a religion and to insult a religion, when you start tearing down and insulting cultures, people tend to see that as a form of bigotry. So if they tie the people to the religion, they tie that ethnicity and culture, that social system that these people have to the religion can survive. There's my rant today against organized religion, but
with only a few chosen individuals surviving to repopulate the earth. The consistency of these narratives across different cultures suggests that they may be based on real events, passed down through generations as cautionary tales. In these stories, the deluge is often depicted as...
Well, sure, cautionary tales like Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf, but that doesn't mean that an anthropomorphic wolf really pretended to be somebody's grandma at some point in time. That's just not how that works.
A divine punishment, a time when the gods unleashed their wrath upon humanity. The reasons for this divine retribution vary, but the outcome is always the same. A world cleansed by water.
And you got to remember that to ancient people, a flood was pretty much probably the most powerful thing that you can think of. The most destructive force on Earth that they had ever experienced would have been floods. And those have been localized, smaller floods too, that seemed like they swallowed the whole world, because the flood you lived in the floodplains, it would be as far as the eye can see. And you're talking Indus and Tigris and Euphrates and Nile valleys, all these regions where these flood myths really spring up, even the ones that they talk about elsewhere on the globe, like in China and stuff. You got, China's four sacred rivers. In North America, you got the Mississippi and the Missouri. You got the Ohio River. All these different rivers that contribute to. You got the Amazon in South America. That all these rivers historically flood up and flood miles and miles outside of into their basin, fill out the whole plain down there where people grow their crops, where farming is good because of this rich soil, right? So yeah, that was the most powerful thing that these people could think of, was a flood. Now, other factors come into play too, like earthquakes and stuff, obviously are a huge, powerful force that ancient people were aware of too, and they're often associated with these same folklores and massive storms and hurricanes and rains. All these factors come into play for these people who lived in regions with seasonal flooding. That they imagined that the end of the world was going to be like one of these seasonal floods, but instead of just their valley, it was going to cover the whole world. It's easy to see how that develops.
With only a handful of survivors left to start anew, these myths serve as a reminder of the fragility of human existence and the power of nature. The survivors of the...
Oh, yes, that's exactly what I was saying, Sumami. At this point, Judaism is so interwoven with the culture of Jewish people that it is easy for far-right, conservative Jewish people and their allies to claim anti-Semitism when it's actually criticism of the religion. People also forget that Jewish people aren't the only Semitic group. Culture and religion can be mixed up together over time. Yeah, that is done intentionally, I think, at least on an international scale. I think it's done intentionally.
These cataclysmic events are often portrayed as heroes, chosen by the gods to preserve the knowledge and traditions of their people. Archaeological evidence supports the idea that ancient civilizations were capable of remarkable resilience, rebuilding and thriving in the aftermath of disaster. Excavations of ancient settlements reveal sophisticated engineering and agricultural practices, suggesting that these societies were well adapted to their environments. These stories, once dismissed as mere folklore, began to take on new significance when viewed through the lens of scientific discovery. Modern researchers have found that many ancient myths contain kernels of truth, reflecting real events that were recorded and embellished over time. By studying these stories, we can gain insights into the lives and experiences of our ancestors and perhaps even learn lessons that are relevant to our own time. The intersection of myth and science offers a fascinating glimpse into the past, revealing a world that was both familiar and alien. As scientists continue to uncover new evidence and reinterpret old data, our understanding of...
Now, that's true that scientists are continuously discovering new evidence and having a new understanding of old data as well. But it's not going in the direction you think it is, homie. It's really not. It's not going in the direction of, there was a global flood and gods and monsters lived before that. That's just not what we're coming up with. Now, there was a global catastrophe that killed off giants and monsters 65.6 million years ago, long before humans or any kind of civilization. And it probably caused the worst flooding in the last 100 million years that the world has ever seen. Just considering the impact of the Chicxulub meteor that struck the Gulf of Mexico. Yes, the Gulf of Mexico. And caused the KT extinction and left the KT boundary line in the geological record. So, there was I don't want to call it a global flood because I doubt very much that it caused water to cover everything. It sure as hell made a huge tidal wave, though, that covered inland areas that had never even that you would never even expect to be hit by the sea. And you gotta remember there was the Western Interior Seaway at this time too.
History is constantly evolving. The story of the Sphinx and the Great Deluge is just one example of how ancient myths can inform and enrich our knowledge of the world. By listening to the whispers of the past, we can better understand the present and prepare for the future.
What did you
Perhaps
do to
the
its
most-
eye there? Hold on. What's its eye? It smiles too. Oh, its mouth turns up.
Perhaps the most intriguing and controversial
Fun with filters.
theory surrounding the Sphinx is the alleged existence of a hall of records hidden beneath its colossal form. This theory has captivated the imaginations of historians, archaeologists, and enthusiasts alike for decades. The idea that such a monumental secret could be lying just beneath the surface of one of the world's most iconic structures is nothing short of fascinating. According to this theory, the ancient Egyptians, possessors of advanced knowledge and wisdom, constructed a secret.
Now, this is the idea that, the ancient Egyptians were descendants from the lost Atlanteans, which they did, which was the story they went with in the movie 10,000 BC. So, for what it's worth, there's that.
Secret chamber beneath the Sphinx to safeguard their history and their most sacred texts from the ravages of time.
Look at those huge snakes. Those giant cobras. I guess they're cobras. They don't got hoods, though. They could be mambas, I suppose. There's some big-ass snakes, though, compared to the people. You don't want to mess with them.
Chamber, often referred to as the Hall of Records, is believed to contain a wealth of information about the origins of human civilization, astronomical data, and perhaps even prophecies about the future. The ancient Egyptians were known for their meticulous record-keeping and their profound understanding of the cosmos. So it is not entirely implausible that they would have created such a repository.
Who's talking about G-Man? It's a name I haven't heard in forever and a day. Is G-Man still around making stuff? Last time I think I heard about G-Man was when he had his debate with Erica. I think that kind of was the death knell. Death knell. Ooh, is that Babe the Blue Ox? That's one of my favorite characters from mythology is Babe the Blue Ox. Is that Babe right there? It looks like him. Or her. Babe's a boy, because it's an ox. An ox means it's a castrated working cow. Working bovid. G-Man is still around. Okay, who's he interacting with? I did not know that. Is he calling it the Gulf of America?
Opponents of the Hall of Records theory point to ancient texts and esoteric traditions that speak of a lost cache of knowledge hidden somewhere in Egypt. These texts, some of which date back thousands of years, often allude to a hidden library or a secret chamber filled with scrolls and manuscripts that contain the wisdom of the ages. Esoteric traditions passed down through generations also hint at the existence of such a repository, suggesting that it was deliberately concealed to protect its contents from being lost or destroyed. A repository of wisdom that could unlock the secrets of the universe.
Ooh, a secret Egyptian library. Under the Sphinx, you say?
And rewrite human history. Imagine the impact of discovering such a trove of knowledge. It could potentially alter our understanding of ancient civilizations, their technological advancements, and their contributions to human progress. The Hall of Records, if it exists, could provide...
If it exists, yeah, that's doing a lot of carrying a lot of that weight right there. If it exists,
answers to some of the most enduring mysteries of our past, and offer insights into the achievements of the ancient...
Or maybe it's a spiritual thing like the Akashic Records, where it was in the unseen world, or maybe the land of the dead. These ancient people had ideas of different worlds that were like ours, but on a different level, and you had to travel to them. Well, we just talked about this at the water horse thing with the water barrier that it could travel between. Yeah. So there was this concept of different levels of existence, and some of those levels would have been or could have been in different cultures considered like a library of knowledge, right? A secret stronghold that holds all the knowledge of the universe. Things like that were common in mythology. It didn't have to actually be a physical library.
Ancient Egyptians that have long been...
Or physical hall of records. I mean, the halls of Valhalla aren't physical and real. We aren't searching the mountains of Scandinavia for Valhalla because there's folklore that exists.
Shrouded in mystery. The Sphinx, with its enigmatic symbolism and its connection to the mysteries of the ancient world, seems a fitting location for such a treasure. Its imposing presence and the aura of mystery that surrounds it make it an ideal candidate for housing a secret of such magnitude. The Sphinx has stood the test of time, weathering the elements and witnessing the rise and fall of civilizations. It is a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of the ancient Egyptians.
True.
And the possibility that it guards a hidden chamber filled with their most precious knowledge only adds to its allure.
No, it doesn't. It takes away from the actual reality of what the Sphinx was built for, and the actual majesty of the Egyptian culture that built it, to add all this weird folkloric stuff on top of it, as if it were the true nature of the Sphinx.
As we continue to explore and uncover the secrets of our past, the legend of the Hall of Records remains a tantalizing mystery, inviting us to delve deeper into the history and legacy of one of the world's greatest civilizations. The possibility of a global flood and the search for a lost civilization have led some researchers to draw connections between the Sphinx and other ancient megalithic structures scattered across the globe. Could
the scale of the Sphinx always throws me off because it doesn't look
between the Sphinx and other
properly
ancient
proportioned,
structures
like they'll show it in art, right? It's like super long compared to the size of its head. Its head is so tiny compared to its body, right? But when you'll see like other depictions of a Sphinx, much better proportion. But the Great Sphinx is a little awkward. He's a long boy.
Across the globe. Could these structures, often characterized by their massive size, precise construction and enigmatic purpose, be the remnants of a forgotten civilization that predated the cataclysm?
No, that's just racism, right? That's that hey, these brown people couldn't build these structures so accurately. Or just these Britons couldn't build these structures so accurately, even, because they'll say that about Celtic ruins as well, and how well they line up. So it's just rooted in racism against ancient people, that they couldn't possibly have had the technology to do this.
Proponents of this theory point to similarities in architectural styles, astronomical alignments, and mythological motifs as evidence of a shared cultural heritage. They argue that these megalithic sites, often located on coastlines...
I think that, so Sumami says there's nothing under it but natural caves, LOL, and probably wouldn't be anything you couldn't get into. I think there's a reservoir down there, a flooded chamber or whatever. It's a reservoir. They just can't wrap their heads around the fact that ancient Egyptians could have had a reservoir. How do they think that they kept themselves hydrated in the middle of the desert? But I digress. Oh, check out the Sphinxter. I wonder if there's a door at the Sphinxter side of the Sphinx. I suppose I could find it, Zebra. Oh, in Arn Ra and G-Man. Yeah.
Or near significant water sources were strategically positioned by an ancient civilization with advanced knowledge of astronomy, engineering, and perhaps even the Earth's energy grid.
Is Baby Cake like that? I had a calico cat named Monkey Head who was like that. We called her Monkey Head because her real name was Aphrodite, but we called her Monkey Head because she had a tiny little head and a big long body and a floofiest tail. Like, her body wasn't exactly like long haired. She was like medium length hair, kind of long but not too long. But her tail was like that of like a Persian cat, and then she had a tiny little head, and we called her Monkey Head.
The ancient Egyptians were renowned for their knowledge of astronomy and their belief in the interconnectedness of the celestial and earthly realms. Their monuments were often aligned with the stars, their rituals timed to coincide with cosmic events, their lives governed by the cycles of the heavens. Some researchers believe that the Sphinx's placement and orientation within the Giza complex were not accidental, but rather reflect a sophisticated understanding of astronomical alignments and cosmic cycles.
Did it look like I was saying this stuff? So, like, the fact that the Egyptians had a strong astronomical understandings of the cycle of the Earth's precession through the heavens does not in any way imply the existence of a secret lost civilization.
They point to the Sphinx's eastward gaze, aligned with the rising sun on the spring equinox, as evidence of its connection to the solar calendar and the cycle of rebirth and renewal.
All right.
The Sphinx.
I was going to align myself with cosmic events, but then things got busy at work. That's how things go sometimes. It do be like that.
Like a riddle whispered across millennia, continues to challenge our assumptions, ignite our imaginations, and beckon us to delve deeper into the mysteries of the past. Each new discovery, each tantalizing clue unearthed from beneath the sand.
Why do you keep showing them digging up skeletons? They did not find skeletons under the Sphinx. At least not that I'm aware of. Obviously, I'm welcome to be proven wrong, but
Time brings us one step closer to unraveling its secrets and rewriting our understanding of history. The journey of discovery is far from over. New technologies such as ground-penetrating radar, three-dimensional imaging, and DNA analysis are providing researchers with unprecedented tools to explore the Sphinx and its surroundings, revealing hidden chambers, deciphering ancient texts, and piecing together the story of its creation and its purpose.
oh my gosh, I just remembered I forgot to plug the t-shirts in Cryptic Corner today. I cannot believe I forgot. That's so lame. I was going to push the t-shirts again. But yeah, there's Cryptic Corner t-shirts, in case you didn't know. They are pretty awesome. We got Mothman. We've got the Jersey Devil. We've got the Swamp Booger Sasquatch, or Southern Fried Bigfoot, as some people like to call it. I think I might change the name to Southern Fried Bigfoot. I don't know. But then we have the Dogman. And this, for a limited time right now, we have the Fresno Crawler, the Fresno Nightcrawler. That one's limited because it's going to be replaced in June in celebration of Roswell. We'll switch over mid-June to the Roswell special t-shirt, and you're going to want to see that one. But you can't get it yet. And if you want the Fresno shirt, you got to get it now because it's going away soon. So, I mean, West Coast represent, right? We need that. But back to what we were saying. Ooh, yeah, I have a couple people in here who have got the t-shirts too. So Dave from Captive Desk has the Bigfoot t-shirt. And Dee, I believe, got a Mothman t-shirt because she loves that thick-ass Mothman.
As we've journeyed through the sands of time, uncovering the mysteries surrounding the Sphinx, one question lingers persistently. How old is this enigmatic monument truly? While mainstream archaeology anchors its creation to the reign of Pharaoh Khafra around 2500 BC, a growing body of evidence challenges this timeline, proposing a far more ancient origin. The water erosion patterns etched deep into the Sphinx's limestone body whisper tales of a wetter, more ancient Egypt, long before the Sahara became a parched desert.
So just because the Sahara is mostly a parched desert, like 99.999% of the time, does not mean it doesn't get monsoon rains, right? At certain points in time. help the erosion process and flood vast plains and areas of the Sahara. There's places in the Sahara that are flooded right now. Right now, some places that haven't seen rain in 500 years, or that hasn't seen rain create standing water in over 500 years, are flooded right now. The Sahara is greening up, actually, at this point in history. So, I mean, stick that in your pipe and smoke it, of course.
Geologists like Robert Schoch, analysing these patterns, suggest they were carved not by wind-blown sand, but by torrential rains, possibly dating back to 10,000 BC or even earlier.
I'm going to do this real quick. Bear with me, because we're going to... We're going to look at the store real quick. Shopping. All right, here we go. All right, so these are the shirts. Just because we're talking about this is the Fresno Nightcrawler. That's what that guy looks like. And that shirt's $22. Pretty cheap, actually. They're really good quality too. I've seen the picture that Dave sent me and the picture that Dee sent me, and they got a nice glossy finish with high detail. Here's Mothman. Here's our swamp booger. This is the Sasquatch that we currently have available. This Sasquatch may not be up here forever. We may switch to a Pacific Northwest Sasquatch. I just wanted to start with the Southern Fried Sasquatch because I come from Missouri, where the Momo is. So, yeah. So that's that one. And then, of course, we have the one and only Jersey Devil. Right? And then we have the Michigan Dogman. Oh, come on. There we go. Here's the Michigan Dogman. It's not all we have, though. I mean, there's other merch out here, too. We got, there's the Mothman. There's that Mothman hat that matches the shirt. So if you just want a beanie that says CrypticCorner with Mothman on it, it's right there. We also just have some cool Hive Science shirt. There's one with the Clemente moth. We got some Pride butterfly socks, or Pride moth socks, I should say. It's a moth, not butterfly. The traditional classic Hive Psi spider with the old school text, which I don't use anymore on the channel, but keeping it here is like sort of a almost vintage version of things. But yeah, this was from back when we were much more bug oriented. But this was one of my favorites, and that was a custom piece of art made for me. And then our traditional Live from the Hive beanie. Check this out. It's got our wasp and says Hive, so you can tell everybody you're part of the Hive with this. It also comes in yellow, but I don't know how well I like that because the stuff doesn't stand out as much. It does have a sort of charm to it. I might make add a purple one on here for this, so black, yellow, gold, and purple maybe. Anyway, back to the show. Enough hawking my merch. Let's get back to it. Back to the Sphinx.
Section 2. The Sphinx and the Pyramids. An unbreakable bond. The Sphinx and the Pyramids of Giza are inextricably linked in the public imagination, two iconic symbols of ancient Egypt's grandeur and mystery. But what is the true nature of their relationship? Were they conceived as a unified complex, reflecting a shared purpose and design, or did they...
Ooh, Maya, I'm so glad you said that. Maya said, I can't look at a Sasquatch and tell what region they're from or they hail from. Loving the lore. Yeah, there is lore about that. Oh, man. Maybe I should do a special, standalone episode where I just talk about the different subspecies of hairy hominids and we try to categorize them into a phylogeny. Would that be fun to you guys? I think it could be fun.
Evolved separately, their destinies intertwined by the passage of time.
We could talk about their phenotypes and things like that make them distinct. There's our long
Section
boy. Long boy Sphinx. That section 2 was super short. All you did was say, hey, are they tied to the pyramids? Huh? Are they?
3. The lost civilization hypothesis.
Oh, here we
Echoes
go.
of a bygone era.
Is it going to be Atlantis? I think it's going to be Atlantis. It might be Mu, but I think Egypt is usually associated with Atlantis.
Possibility of a lost civilization, technologically advanced and possessing profound knowledge of astronomy, mathematics, and spirituality, is a theme that resonates throughout human history. Could the Sphinx, with its enigmatic silence and its potential antiquity, be a tangible link to this lost world?
Yeah, you could catch them all, right? You could collect every single Cryptic Corner shirt, or you could pick the one that represents your region of the U.S. and go with that, because they're not actually laid out exactly like that, but like sort of. You have the Jersey Devil in the New England area. You got the Fresno Nightcrawler, West Coast. You got the Southern Fried Bigfoot in the southern portion of America. You got Mothman, generally considered Midwestern, though it is in the southeastern portion of the Midwest. But I digress. Or maybe even you could consider Mothman an Appalachia cryptid, but regardless of that, Michigan Dogman has you covered with the upper Midwest. So wherever you're from, you have a representative for your region. So remember that. We need to get a chupacabra at some point too. I almost did the chupacabra for May because Cinco de Mayo, but we'll see. And also it's Mexican American month or something. May is, but I decided I needed to keep the Fresno Nightcrawler around for a little bit longer than that, so we're going to jump right into from Fresno Nightcrawler to Roswell.
A beacon from a time before recorded history. Proponents of this theory point to the sophisticated engineering and astronomical alignments evident in ancient megalithic structures around the globe, suggesting a level of knowledge and skill that surpasses what we attribute to early civilizations.
How does it surpass it when it's what we would megaliths are one of the primary things we attribute to ancient civilizations? What a moronic claim. I'm going to speed him up a little bit too, because
the Sphinx, while undeniably rooted in Egyptian culture and mythology, resonates far beyond the sands of the Sahara. Its image, a powerful blend of human and animal, of wisdom and strength, of mystery and majesty, has captured the imaginations of cultures across the globe, appearing...
It's say across the globe. A Sphinx is mostly, again, another Mediterranean thing, a Mediterranean concept. The Greeks and Egyptians, Carthaginians and Romans, the Fertile Crescent in general, all these areas have rich Sphinx lore, but you don't find like Sphinx in Aboriginal Australians, or I don't think China has any Sphinx either. If they do, it's not called a Sphinx and has its own characteristics that distinguish it from a Sphinx. Mesoamerica didn't have Sphinx because they didn't have lions. So to say it's a global phenomena is just to mischaracterize it. Yeah, the Sphinx folklore spread from the Mediterranean area with the spread of European culture on a global scale, the concept of the Sphinx and lion in general. But no, they didn't originate there. Yeah, it's curious where skunk ape and devil monkeys fit in. Yeah, we can crack that all open. Skunk apes and devil monkeys. We could build a phylogeny for hairy hominids.
In myths, legends, art, and architecture spanning continents and millennia.
I actually have folklore built on where devil monkeys fit in, though. Which, if you go into Live from the Hive, I think what's it called? It's called something Dogman. It's the Legend of the Dogman song. It's the Feroxa videos. Cryptophylogeny files. Yeah, it's the first one. I haven't done a second one yet because it took a lot of energy to do it. But once phylogeny, just pulling up the shorts though. I was gonna drop a link. Oh well, no worries. We'll get back.
In
to
ancient
it.
Greece, the Sphinx took on a more menacing persona, a winged creature with the body of a lion, the head of a woman, and a penchant for riddles. This creature, guarding the entrance to Thebes, challenged travelers with its enigmatic questions, devouring those who failed to answer correctly.
That's just, I mean, that's the main folklore, right? To have the Sphinx tell you riddles, and if you get them wrong, she eats you. It's like the standard Sphinx narrative. Is it aliens that teach humans to stack rocks on top of each other? Yeah, I know, right? Yes, the enigmatic silence that statues are known for. Yeah, like why would the Sphinx be anything but silent unless they like carve something to make the wind whistle as it howled through them. Bigfoot Festival in Oklahoma, Native Atheist. Sounds lit. Yes, a chupi. You want a chupacabra? We may do a chupacabra after. Well, so after the alien one, which isn't out yet. After that one though, for Roswell, it'll probably be the next one. I could probably squeeze chupacabra in there for the summer, and then after that would have the whatever I do for Halloween for the T-shirt. Which may be a more traditional ghost or something along those lines. Or maybe a clown. I don't know. But that's in the future. Right now, get a Fresno Nightcrawler t-shirt before they're gone.
The Sphinx, despite its millennia-long silence, speaks volumes through its very form, its features encoded with symbolism and meaning. Every detail, from the majestic lion's body to the serene human face, from its colossal scale to its precise orientation, offers clues.
This music is so epic for what he's saying. And it's like, I guess speeding it up made it sound more epic.
Purpose and significance. The lion, king of beasts, was a potent symbol in ancient Egypt representing strength, courage, and royal authority. The Sphinx's lion's body, carved from a single block of limestone, conveys a sense of permanence and power.
What?
Its massive paws planted firmly in...
Did you just say single block of limestone? I don't know if that's true. Is the Sphinx carved from a single piece of limestone? Archaeological evidence suggests that the Great Sphinx was created around 2500 BC for the king Khafre, the builder of the second pyramid of Giza. The Sphinx is a monolith carved from the bedrock of the plateau, which served as the quarry for the pyramids and other monuments in the area. So even know like where the stones that went to the Sphinx came from. So
in the earth.
It's not a mystery.
Section 6. The future of the Sphinx, preservation, exploration, and the quest for knowledge. The Sphinx, a testament to human ingenuity and a beacon from a distant past, faces an uncertain future. The relentless forces of nature, wind, sand, pollution, coupled with the impact of human activity, threaten to erode its majestic form and silence its whispers from the past. Preserving this iconic monument for future generations requires a concerted effort from archaeologists, conservators, and the global community. The Sphinx, a silent sentinel guarding the secrets of time, beckons us not just to observe, but to participate in the unfolding narrative of its existence. This ancient monument, with its enigmatic expression and weathered visage, stands as a testament to the ingenuity and mystery of ancient civilizations. It invites us to delve deeper, to look beyond the surface, and to uncover the layers of history that have shaped our world. It's a call to action, inviting us to shed our preconceived notions, to embrace the unknown, and to embark on a collective quest for knowledge. As we watch archaeologists meticulously excavate the sands of time, we are reminded that every artifact unearthed, every hieroglyph deciphered, brings us one step closer to understanding the lives and minds of those who came before us. The Sphinx
Yeah, but you just ignore that and go with whatever brain dead conspiracy that Graham Hancock is putting out that week. Ignore all the history and actual cool discoveries that come out of ancient Egypt, every year. And focus. We had a new tomb discovered this year. The first one since or new pharaoh's tomb. The first one since King Tut's tomb is what I understand. So, I mean, we got that going on, but people want to focus on myths about floods and ancient lost civilizations and alien intervention and things like that.
To be curious, to ask questions, and to seek answers in the fragments of the past. It's a plea for open-mindedness, urging us to consider alternative theories, to challenge established narratives, and to remain receptive to the possibility that our understanding of the past is far from complete. In the heated debates of scholars, we see the passion and dedication that drives the pursuit of knowledge. Each theory, each hypothesis is a piece of a larger puzzle, and it is only through collaboration and open dialogue that we can hope to piece together the true picture of our history.
Sorry.
The Sphinx whispers that the truth lies not in dogma.
Sorry if that caused a seizure. I did not see that coming. I didn't know that was coming. If anybody out there died or had a seizure because of me, all I can do is say sorry. I did, because I was not prepared for that. And when I publish this, I might have to blur that or something.
But in the relentless pursuit of evidence, in the courage to question, and in the willingness to revise our understanding when confronted with new discoveries. As the sun rises over the Sphinx, casting long shadows across the desert, we are reminded of the passage of time and the ever-evolving nature of knowledge. Each new discovery, each new piece of evidence has the potential to reshape our understanding of history. The Sphinx stands as a symbol of this ongoing journey, a journey that requires us to be both humble and bold, to acknowledge the limits of our knowledge while striving to expand them.
Acknowledge the limits of our... while striving to expand them. Okay.
In museums around the world, the legacy of the Sphinx and ancient Egypt is preserved and shared with the public. These institutions...
I don't think those are Egyptian Sphinx. I think those aren't those in, I don't know, somewhere in like Lebanon or something. I thought that's where these came from.
Serve as bridges between the past and the present, allowing us to connect with the stories and achievements of ancient civilizations. Through interactive displays and carefully curated exhibits, we are given the opportunity to engage with history in a tangible and meaningful way. The Sphinx, though silent, speaks to us through these artifacts, reminding us of the enduring impact of human creativity and curiosity. Education plays a crucial role in this journey of discovery.
So why are you, like, misguiding people? Okay, yeah, I did not, I'm sort of annoyed that they would just have, like, a flashing thing like that pop up without any kind of warning. Now, I do have it sped up, so it was going faster than they probably intended it to, but I didn't know it was going to do that, but it was still moving fast even at regular speed. It would have been problematic.
In classrooms around the world, students are introduced to the wonders of ancient Egypt and the mysteries of the Sphinx. Teachers inspire the next generation of historians, archaeologists and researchers, fostering a sense of wonder and a passion for learning. The Sphinx, with its timeless presence, serves as a powerful symbol of the importance of education and the pursuit of knowledge. The Sphinx stands at the intersection of past and present, a reminder that history is not just a series of events, but a continuous thread that weaves through time, connecting us to our ancestors and shaping our future. As we navigate the complexities of the modern world, the lessons of the past offer valuable insights and guidance. The Sphinx, with its enduring mystery, challenges us to look beyond the present moment and to consider the broader context of our existence. The Sphinx, with its universal appeal, draws people from all walks of life.
Does it have a universal appeal, though? Again, it seems mostly like it's Mediterranean mythology. It's a cool creature, but it's not nearly as universal as, like, say, a dragon. Right, the idea of a giant reptilian creature, that I would say is universal. You know, some things around the globe, but not a sphinx, not a sphinx at all. I've named all the cultures and stuff that wouldn't have had a sphinx, which is most of them. This comes from around the Mediterranean, where obviously there was a long history of conflicts with lions, because lions had a range around the Mediterranean at this time. They weren't just in Africa. They were they hugged the Mediterranean, from wrapping around from Spain into the Middle East and all the way to North Africa and across there. They were distinct subspecies of lions. The last one to get wiped out was the Barbary lion, which got wiped out in the 20th century. Which went extinct in the 20th century, but they used to, the lions went extinct in like Israel, in that area, in about 500 BC. They went extinct in southern Europe over a long period of time. They slowly reduced the number, but they went extinct completely sometime around 400 AD or CE, depending on what kind of I don't use Roman terminology there because I'm not Roman Catholic, but you know.
Transcending cultural and geographical boundaries, it serves as a powerful reminder of our shared humanity and the common threads that bind us together. As visitors from around the world stand in awe of this ancient monument, they are united by a sense of wonder and a desire to connect with the past. The Sphinx, in its silent majesty, speaks to the collective human experience, reminding us that we are all part of a larger story. As the sun sets over the Sphinx, casting a warm glow over the desert, we are reminded of the enduring mystery and beauty of this ancient monument. The Sphinx, with its timeless presence, continues to capture...
Every 2 minutes, this guy talks like he's wrapping up the video, but if you look, we're 22 minutes into a half an hour video.
...activate and inspire, inviting us to embark on a journey of discovery and exploration. It stands as a testament to the power of human curiosity and the endless quest for knowledge, urging us to look beyond the surface and to seek the deeper truths that lie beneath.
So what this reminds me of listening to this is it's like AI reading somebody's 8th grade essay that they wrote on the Sphinx based completely off the works of like Graham Hancock and such. And that's what it comes across as to me. It's like we've been listening to someone's essay and they're just trying to fill a word quotient by continually repeating these notions of like, the Sphinx represents this and we are in awe of it, its majesty and mystery and blah, blah, blah. It's like every couple minutes he says that, like he's trying to reach a word count.
As our exploration of the Sphinx draws to a close, we are left not with definitive answers, but with a profound sense of awe and a renewed appreciation for the mysteries that endure. The Sphinx, a symbol that transcends time and culture.
Oh, Minnow, you headed into work? Oh.
Leaves an indelible mark on our collective consciousness, whispering a timeless message for humanity. It reminds us of the power of human ingenuity and creativity. The very existence of the Sphinx, carved from a single block of limestone using tools and techniques we're still trying to comprehend, stands as a testament to the boundless potential of the human spirit to conceive and create wonders that endure for millennia. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows across the Giza Plateau, we find ourselves drawn back to the enigmatic face of the Sphinx. Our journey has taken us through the corridors of history, delving into ancient myths, groundbreaking discoveries, and
What groundbreaking discoveries did we delve into? And what tantalizing theories did you present to us today? I haven't heard any of that.
Tantalizing theories. Yet, the Sphinx, true to its nature, holds its secrets close, leaving us with more questions than answers. Have we truly deciphered the whispers of time etched into its weathered features?
Well, you made it through almost the whole show, though, Minnow, because, after this, we got Breeze Bestiary, and we're done. But thank you so much for sticking around.
Throughout our exploration, we've encountered a myriad of theories surrounding the Sphinx's origins, its purpose, and its connection to a lost chapter in human history. Was it truly a creation of Pharaoh Khafre, a guardian of his funerary complex? Or could it be a remnant of a far older civilization, a testament to knowledge and wisdom lost to the sands of time?
I don't know, because the Magi protect it, so we can't even learn the secrets because the Pharaoh's Magi.
While the Sphinx may guard its secrets closely, our quest to unravel its mysteries is far from over. New technologies such as advanced ground-penetrating radar, muon tomography, and DNA analysis are providing researchers with unprecedented tools to peer beneath the surface.
How does DNA... What? Did you just say that DNA will help us understand the Sphinx? I gotta rewind.
To decipher the faintest whispers of the past and to piece together a more complete picture of the Sphinx's story. Imagine the possibility for the faintest whispers of analysis from over. New technologies such as advanced ground-penetrating radar, muon tomography, and DNA analysis are providing researchers with unprecedented tools to peer beneath the surface, to decipher the faintest whispers of the past and...
What? What is What? DNA? Can someone explain that to me?
To piece together a more complete picture of the Sphinx's story. Imagine the possibilities, uncovering hidden chambers adorned with ancient texts, mapping the intricate network of underground passages, and even analyzing trace DNA remnants to reveal the genetic lineage of those who built and interacted with this ancient wonder. The Sphinx, standing sentinel for millennia, has borne witness to the rise and fall of empires, the ebb and flow of civilizations, and the relentless march of time. Yet it remains a testament to the enduring power of human creativity, a symbol of resilience in the face of change, and a source of endless fascination for those who dare to look beyond the surface. Its legacy extends far beyond its physical presence on the Giza Plateau. It's woven into the fabric of our collective consciousness, inspiring countless works of art, literature, and music. Its enigmatic smile a recurring motif.
Oh, hey, Bree, you could You should cover the Ouija board contact from TikTok videos. I can send you the links if I haven't already. It's wild. We covered Ouija boards not too long ago. I could definitely do another Ouija video though. Yeah. We covered Zozo. That's what we talked about. Anybody remember Zozo? Was a Ouija board demon. I'll drop the link. It was on it was on CrypticCorner.
In our cultural lexicon. As we conclude our exploration, we're left with a sense of wonder and a renewed appreciation for the enduring power of the Sphinx. It stands as a symbol of the unknown, a testament to the limits of our current understanding, and a challenge to continue pushing the boundaries of knowledge. What secrets still lie hidden beneath the sands of time?
Oh,
the
yeah.
Sphinx, for centuries...
Mud Fossils University thinks everything is... all the mythical monsters are real. He thinks that mountain ranges are dead dragons. So, I mean... Take from that what you will.
Silent sentinel guarding the secrets of time is now at the heart of a global conversation. Thanks to the power of technology, the mysteries of this ancient wonder are no longer confined to the dusty archives of academia or the hushed whispers of esoteric circles. They're now accessible to anyone with an internet connection, sparking curiosity, igniting imaginations, and fueling a collective quest for knowledge that transcends borders and cultures.
Right.
Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more explorations into the mysteries of our world.
I won't subscribe to your channel. I might subscribe to your channel with my...
As we delve deeper into the mysteries...
I might subscribe to your channel on like one of my toxic sock accounts, but I'm not going to do it on this one. Of course, this video has only got 11 views, and they got 4.78k subscribers. So more people have seen your video today with me live than has ever watched this before. And you may wonder, hey, why is that? Because a lot of people don't like to sit there and listen to an AI voice talk. If I find something with a real person talking, I will choose that over an AI voice. The only thing I like about finding an AI voice video is that they're usually rife with nonsense. And that's entertaining when they're full of nonsense. So, you know, sometimes I will just pull one just because, but yeah, a lot of people get annoyed by the AI voice. Like, I don't know if someone could sit here and listen to what, to your video without a real person like me, cutting in and making commentary. It is hard to sit there and listen to an AI voice, especially read for a full half an hour. So maybe like without having AI voices read like quotes from people, I get that, yeah. Like having it be the like a letter from a witness or something, and have the AI voice read that. Sure, that makes sense, but just having the whole thing be a half an hour of an AI voice reading over a slideshow of pictures of Egyptian monuments is going to bore most people. Even if you are talking about some cool conspiracy theory stuff that's actually interesting to learn about, like, oh yeah, people think this and that about these chambers and stuff. It's interesting, but the presentation is the problem, I think. So that might be why in 6 months only less than a baker's dozen people have viewed this video. But I guess this isn't the main thing of this guy's channel either. Of course, I got to point that out that, you know, for the most part, it looks like it's gaming content, right? Most of the time it's playing video games. Fruit of the Illuminati. Why isn't there a full video on that? It's 21 seconds. Lame. Yeah. So, yeah, but this was Roswell's cat and conspiracy and gaming bunker is who we looked at today. So how do you feel about the Sphinx? Obviously, I think we can all confirm that the Sphinx wasn't a real animal or anything. But do you think the Sphinx is like, you know, some of the people have proposed, 30,000, 35,000 years old? Do you believe that? Is that something that you think, yeah, that makes sense? Or is like a concept that you reject? Like, let me know down below how you feel about the conspiracies surrounding the Sphinx. Did it survive the global flood of the Bible? Yeah. Did it exist in the green jungles of the Sahara? Huh? All right. Yeah, let me know. I thought Zozo was Robert Plant. No, Zozo. Zozo is on a Ouija board. The Z and the O are on opposite ends of the letters, so it's just the thing going back and forth with ideomotor movement. So everybody spells out Zozo because it'll go from one extreme of that to the other because ideomotor movement of the people putting their hands on there. Anyway, thank you for joining us for today's episode of Weird With It, where we explored the riddle of the Sphinx and its ancient origins. Please remember to be kind, take care, and we will see you next time. All right, live from the Hive audience, don't go anywhere. There's more show to come. More show coming at you. We got Breeze Bestiary. If you clicked on this for the thumbnail for Live from the Hive is from moving forward is always going to be whatever the topic is for Breeze Bestiary in some capacity. So if you clicked on it for the thumbnail, this is the part you've been waiting for, and we will get right into it after this brief intermission. Hello, my beauties and bees, and welcome to another installment of Breeze Bestiary, where I talk about whatever animal I feel like talking about. And as things warm up, I'm shifting my focus to public awareness and public knowledge of the danger proposed by interacting with wildlife when you really shouldn't. So for the next few weeks, unless something else pops up that I have to cover, I'll probably be focusing mostly on people interacting with wildlife, mostly in the U.S. national parks. This week's going to be bison, but we'll do a bear video of people interacting with bears too in national parks, and just the problems that arise from people being irresponsible in such matters, right? And I thought, what better way to punctuate this than just to show you all a few videos of idiots posing with bison. So let's dive right in.
What in the world was she thinking? This woman in shorts is risking a lot as she poses for a selfie at Yellowstone National Park with a giant bison. Watch as she snaps a bunch of photos of herself with the beast. She's very lucky the bison is in chill mode and didn't attack her. But that wasn't the case when this woman tries to pet another bison and quickly gets the scare of her life.
Just because bison look chill does not mean that they are. These are not chill animals. They are hyper aggressive. Think of it like a guy on steroids, right? That they have this hyper aggression that they can't control. That everything makes them super disproportionately angry and mad, right? So, especially during mating season, their testosterone levels go through the roof.
Her friends are about to take a photo when the beast lunges. She flees and takes a stumble, but she's very lucky the bison didn't charge her. She could have been gored.
He just told her to fuck off.
A bison can grow to be 2,000 pounds. It can run 35 miles an hour. This is not something you just go in there and, smile and take a picture with.
And what is this guy doing holding a baby bison? Well, he spotted.
So this guy probably thought he was just doing being a good Samaritan.
The calf lagging behind the herd and decides to help it catch up. But that's a big no-no. Yellowstone rules prohibit visitors from getting within 75 feet of water.
Because freaking bison are olfactory-driven animals, right? And being olfactory-driven animals, that means that they identify their family members by smell. So if you go and rub your human stank all over their baby, they will not be able to recognize their baby. This is also why they lick each other's pee and stuff, right? That's why artiodactyls do that, including whales, which we covered just a couple weeks ago in the Pink Dolphin episode, if you missed that.
Wildlife. The calf had to be euthanized after the herd repeatedly rejected it.
People touching and handling bison, we actually are transferring our scent onto the coats of those calves and babies. They don't want to accept that.
Yeah, Spooky. We set our clocks back. Our stupid American timetable.
That animal back into the herd because it smells like a threat.
So, as summer gets into full swing, a reminder. Stay away from the...
Don't be like iCarly here and try to take your picture with the buffalo. It's just not going to work out for you.
Wild animals.
Inside Edition. All right, next. All right. This looks like the same. This looks like the same causeway that lady was walking on earlier when she got yeeted back. Let's see what happens to these folks, though.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
You're gonna get thrashed.
Oh my gosh. I walked right up to him.
Leave him alone. 75 feet. 75 feet or 25 meters, however wherever you're from. Just so you know. Stay away from the bison.
See him gesturing, see his head movements, and I will get you.
All right. Let's do a poll. We're going to do a poll. Does this bison charge The lady in red, does it headbutt the guy in blue, or does it chase the boy in white? So you tell me what you think is going to happen in this. And I'm going to sip on my coffee for a second. Human versus a 1-ton animal, exactly. I would not recommend getting that close to a deer, never mind a bison. Yeah, at least not without a fence or something in between, yo. Lady in red. All right. They're fast enough to do all three. Yeah. We got 8 votes in. I'm going to go ahead and play it. Looks like most people think, 50% of people think that's going to charge the boy in white. And then second place, we have headbutt the guy in blue. And then charge the lady in red is in last place. Let's do it.
I will get you. Yeah. That little kid's gonna go up and touch him on the head, pat him on the head as he goes by.
No, don't.
Okay. He's gesturing.
He's saying fuck off. You see him? See those motions he's making? He's raising his head, he's stomping his feet, he's snorting. You can actually see the air coming out of his nose and blowing the dust. He does not want these people to walk past him. At least not on that boardwalk. Yep, chasing that little boy in white. He sort of seemed like he was going to chase the lady in red for a minute, but then he followed up. He wanted that little boy that tried to touch him a minute ago. Have a good day, D.
Well, a viral video of a man petting a bison in the Yellowstone National Park has park officials on the defense again, warning visitors the park is not a petting zoo.
Park Superintendent Cam Shawley says touching the head of a bison along a park boardwalk showed incredible lack of judgment and common sense.
Shawley went on to say,
"See, dude, you're an idiot. It's doing the gestures here. What this guy did was turn a wonderful moment where people could take pictures and be, on the other side of a fence. Fairly, I think these people are still too close. They underestimate how easily that bison can clear that fence and take one of them out. But regardless, they took away this opportunity for these people in this crowd to get possibly as close to a bison as they ever will in their adult life, and turned it into a situation where the bison's now aggravated in doing the gestures that we just talked about, because this guy thought he was God's special child or some shit and could come up and just scruffle the bison on the head.
Quote, not only did he put himself and others at risk, he violated regulations designed to keep these animals wild, and we expect better from our visitors.
Well, here in Billings, a fan favorite is returning to Zoo Montana.
All right. Watch this one too. Oh my gosh, that's someone's kid. That's someone's child. Where is this? Is that the child's parents? That just left their kid behind? What the fuck? What kind of parent would do that? Why on earth would you abandon your child to get thrown, looks like about 12 feet in the air by a bison? How high do you think she went? At least 8 feet. That's insane. All right.
I don't think that they're. See, they're cut. Oh!
Oh, damn!
Yeah, let's not mess with him.
Let's just stay here.
Now, if that was one of your kitties, Sumami, do you really think that you would just abandon it to be decimated by a bison. That's somebody's shorty, though. I mean, for real. How are you going to run off and leave your kid? You're going to take your kid to the national park, take them too close to the bison, and then abandon them when the bison charges.
He hit that truck.
Yes, he did.
And I got it on video.
We're just not going to move.
Yeah.
Behind you?
I'm just backing up a little
good
bit.
Call.
He gave us the eye.
Give him some space. He's doing a aggressive pose.
Give him some space.
He's already decided that the cars are a threat to him, and he wants to. If they come close, he's gonna get them.
He was telling me to back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as soon as you backed up, he started going again.
Look at that massive animal and how muscular he is.
We're on
See that
bison
hump?
time.
Yeah, he's moving at his own leisure.
Slow down, buddy. Slow down.
There's the tail started. He saw that car coming.
Hit him.
That bison's angry.
Nope.
He gave you space. Yeah, let's hear it. Hey, don't mess with an animal that weighs more than your car is a good advice. But what are these people going to do?
I got his butt.
Oh, shit.
Ah.
You hit him? Yes, you
Bro, look at you. Oh, you done fucked up. Just give them space. It's not that hard. Give them space.
Now getting to National Park Week in Yellowstone National Park. It kicked off yesterday with free entrance into the park, but along with it, a very close encounter. Take a look at this, a video showing a woman attempting to pet a bison near the Old Faithful Lodge in Yellowstone National Park. The bison wasn't having it, as you can see on the left of your screen, bucking its head and lifting it to brush her off. Prior to the recorded video, the woman interacted with the bison with dramatic gestures. Fortunately, she was able to walk away without comeuppance.
She needs some comeuppance. Hopefully the National Park Service knows who she is and finds her for what she's doing here.
The animal, a fate not afforded to others last year who made the news. Remember, Yellowstone National Park is not a petting zoo, and you could be held responsible and fined if an incident were to occur. No word, though, if this woman was fined.
I watched this one earlier. It's cool. They don't actually hit the car though. It's just to make sure I'm not giving you all any misgivings about what's going to happen here. It's just a bunch of bison moving through, stampeding, if you will. Now, this is a smaller herd. Remember that these animals used to exist in the Great Plains of the North America, from Alberta to Mexico, in the millions. So imagine 20 million strong herd of these animals moving across the Great Plains like this. It's like, it blows your mind to even think about. The ground would shake, right? We'll never experience that as a modern society again. What the people that first stepped foot in the Great Plains experienced.
Look at, there's more.
Look at this guy's tongue.
Look at his tongue.
Oh my God.
Yeah, don't pet lionesses, Dave. What are you doing? Was it in a cage? Or was it someone's tamed lion that had been raised in captivity?
It seems like a dream photo op as these sightseers come across a herd of bison. But this woman starts...
This dumb woman, another person who ruined, so this is another opportunity where dozens of sightseers and people on vacation who may learn to appreciate bison and donate to foundations that support the measures to protect the bison, getting a chance to see these animals in their natural habitat and watch how they behave and just sit there and enjoy it. And she ruins it by going up among them and being totally irresponsible and disrespectful. Bison and buffalo, right? Yeah, I mean, you stay away from buffalo too. They call the Cape buffalo Black Death in Africa because they kill more people than lions and elephants and I think pretty much everything except for Nile crocodiles. They kill more people then. So, yeah, buffaloes and bison both stay away from them. If we still had oryx, you would want to stay away from them motherfuckers too.
It's raising concerns.
How close does she have to get?
She seems fearless as she approaches the huge beasts.
Go right up to the baby. That's always the best idea. Go up to the young ones. The mothers love that.
What the are you doing? Then it all goes horribly wrong.
Yeah. Oh my God, it got her.
Yep.
Oh my God.
The woman is tossed around on the horns of one of the beasts.
She doesn't have any pants.
She has no pants on?
It threw her out of her pants.
Witnesses rush to help the stricken woman.
She got too close.
Yeah.
There's a buffalo out there with that woman's...
Cape buffalo and bison are similar in size. I think bison do get heavier. Cape buffalo obviously have larger horns though, so they're getting gored by a Cape buffalo tends to be more fatal than getting gored by a bison. It's also a difference in the way that they fight, because Cape buffalo run at each other, and then bison will actually grapple with each other. They have the super curved in horns, so it's designed to like try to throw each other around, sort of grapple and wrestle with each other, whereas Cape buffalo have a big boss at the top of their horns, and then they come out, and then there's curved like way out here, and that boss is what they crash into each other. It's almost like a bighorn sheep.
Jeans hanging from its antler, and she is right here.
You can see the genes hanging from the bison's horns. Eventually, this guy manages to retrieve them.
Oh my gosh, there's her keys. We weren't sure if she was alive or if she was dead, but then she did.
That's the best thing. Bitch got tossed out of her pants. Did I say antlers? I don't think I said antlers, did I? Because, yeah. Did the newscaster say antlers of the bison? Yeah, obviously bison have horns. All bovids have horns. Cervids have antlers.
It finally.
And cervids can also have tusk. I just want to make sure I say that too, because there's deer with cervids with tusk, and ovids, which are goats, can have horns and tusk too.
Move her hand a little bit as she was getting help.
The accident at Custer State Park in South Dakota is the latest bison drama caught on camera.
Of course. We got to see that again.
This youngster survived a bison attack in Yellowstone last year. And this Yellowstone visitor actually started taunting one of the...
What a dumb... See, this is what I'm talking about. He thinks he's playing out there. These aren't toys. These are huge animals that are scared. You're terrorizing this animal. He thinks you're a predator trying to kill him. Do you understand that? That's what you're doing to him. You're stressing him out. And he's responding to stress stimuli.
The animals.
Why would you turn the camera just a moment too late?
This nonsense. Okay, these are wild animals.
Ron McGill of Zoo Miami.
What happens? I think one of the things that makes bison so dangerous is that they don't really give you signs of getting agitated. You know, a cat.
Like hell they don't. They stomp and snort and shake their head at you. They let you know. Get the away from me. What are you talking about? They don't.
We'll put its ears back. We'll snarl and do something like a bison might be grazing and then in a split second turn on you.
The woman in the South Dakota attack was airlifted.
They can do that, but they do try to warn you first. A cat can just turn an attack without giving warnings too. But bison do have, all bovids do have behaviors that will let you know to stay away from them because they're in a bad mood. They don't trust you or they're scared.
Lifted to a hospital, but reportedly escaped serious injury.
She's for sure lucky to be alive.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that makes sense that these would be Sturgis people. Those are the ones that had the COVID concert where like that Sturgis actually killed like it was like 4% of the population of the state in 2020 having Sturgis. Mike's peeking, okay. I can fix that though. Check this out. If I turn it down a little bit, even as loud as I can go, it shouldn't peak now. Just don't. Just don't. What are you doing, guys? Oof.
As these home videos show, even the awesome bison seems docile enough to pet.
Point to the buffalo. Where's the buffalo? Where's the buffalo?
But these are not predictable creatures. They are wild animals in a
True. Wild animals. Keep that in mind.
domesticated setting.
This idiot right here thinks he's sneaking up on it. This animal's used to evading cougars, and you think this dude who's built like Donald Trump is gonna sneak up on it? My dude, Bugbot's getting feisty. You can swat him away. You just do. I think it's SWAT. I want to say it's either SWAT or SWATs. Yeah, SWAT. And he'll.
They're tempted to get just.
You can either use a sandal or you can use a rolled up newspaper.
A little closer to these marvelous beasts.
Get your comeuppance, sir.
But when you see one paw the ground, like this bison behind the tree, beware.
Bruh. You had that coming. You understand that, right? So that's why people are so lucky when they get hit by these bison instead of getting hit by like a Cape buffalo too, because a bison, like I said, they're grapplers. Their goal is to grab their enemy and throw them away, and whichever one throws the other bison, it has won that round of the competition or whatever. Whichever one, once they lock, whichever one drives the other one in a direction it doesn't want to go or throws it in the air, wins that round. So the bison, once it tosses you, it's done. Whereas a Cape buffalo and oryx, and by extension domestic cattle, do is they charge you, but then they drive into you. They keep driving into you with their horns in that boss area on the top. They keep driving it into you. That's why bison tend to out compete cattle, other types of cattle directly in confrontations because of their combat strategy, whereas they are not interested in pushing back and forth like they are in a shove off. They're really interested in throwing their opponent around. That bird's like, fuck this. That bison's still rearing to go. Look at his head.
This tourist was fortunate. He escaped with only a gash in the leg. But he can confirm that even though wildlife looks harmless, it is still wild.
An Anoka County family's vacation has become part of a national news story.
They helped a woman who was gored
Here
by
we
a
go.
bison in Yellowstone National Park. David Schumann spoke to them about the frightening situation.
Another woman messing with bison when she shouldn't be.
The lady got way too close. She just kept
Look at
provoking
her.
the bison.
The Larsons watched the woman at the campsite over from them as she repeatedly got up.
Like, they're on their own campsite, which they rented, which I can get why they wouldn't say, oh, well, I'm going to stay 75 feet away or whatever. But there are places that you can be away from the bison to make it more comfortable for you and the animals. For instance, they could climb up on their ladder here and sit on top of their motorhome and watch them. They'd be safe up there. They could get into their motorhome and watch from one of the windows, right? They could just go to the other end of their vehicle and keep that vehicle between them and the bison, right? But they don't. They go right up to it. This is the problem.
Next to one of 2 roaming bison.
She was trying to reach her hand out and pet the thing.
Yeah, I could hear the bison making noises and like blowing steam out, and I mean, it was just an accident waiting to happen at that point.
Jenna Larson was recording the moment the animal began to charge.
She got thrown initially maybe 10, 15
Look at this.
in the air, like across, and then she was unconscious probably briefly. She got up, it hit her again.
Jody Larson is a nurse. She got some blankets for the woman who had no memory of what happened to her. Yellowstone National Park identified her as a 72-year-old from California.
She didn't get hit in any like vital organs. It was just 2 gorge marks on the sides of her.
Well, gore
The
marks.
Larsons say from the moment you arrive at the Wyoming park, there are signs everywhere saying don't approach the wildlife.
If you don't
Which is reasonable and sensible and smart.
bug them, they're not gonna bug you. Like,
Why is this woman's children more intelligent than this 72-year-old woman?
you go camping, like that's their home, and we're kind of the invaders. Like that's where they live, and people need to be respectful of that.
The woman was airlifted to an Idaho hospital.
The main thing is you're scaring the animal. I know this is an little old lady, 72 years old, whatever. She's still scaring this bison. She's terrifying it. It thinks that she is a predator trying to get it.
Where she's since been released. David Schumann, WCCO 4 News.
Yellowstone biologists say 25 yards is as close as you should get to a bison. For bears and wolves, it should be 100 yards, which is the length of a football field.
Yeah. That's very, very reasonable. All right, I think that's all I got for my bison attacks. So, yeah. What do you all think? Should we fine people? Should they do actual time for aggravating these animals? What should be the retribution for? I mean, a lot of people get their retribution directly from the bison, but what should be the retribution that people receive from trying to touch or interact with these creatures? What should happen to them? And how should we, because it's important that we move forward with allowing people to be able to see bison, especially in their natural habitat, because it leads to better conservation efforts. People who are exposed to bison want to help the bison, want to see the bison thrive, right? So we need to make sure that people are able to understand and see these animals without putting themselves in danger. And it's just being a responsible adult and teaching your kids properly to stay away, keep your distance from large animals that can hurt you. It's very simple. It's not a complicated concept. Leave the bison alone. Observe them from the distance. Take your pictures, take your videos, enjoy yourself, and make sure other people can enjoy it too, without it turning into a need for people to frickin' go out and find your pants in a field and call an ambulance and get some blankets for you. Or God forbid your child get trampled by one of these animals or thrown through the air. People, get it together. All right. Thank you for watching Bree's Bestiary. Please remember to be kind and take care, and we will see you next time. All right. Thank you so much for sticking around for the whole show. I'm wondering about something, and I wanted to see what you guys think. So I'm doing this, this is the costume I'm wearing for work on Monday, too. It's like you get to dress up. It's one of the days you get to dress up. I'm trying to decide whether I want to do my full nose in red, like this, to go with the leprechaun theme, with the ginger theme, and maybe even do some full patches on my cheeks, like this. Is that better? Do I look more like a leprechaun like that? I kind of think I do. I sort of feel like this is the leprechaun look. Red nose, red cheeks, red hair, green outfit. Maybe I can do my I should do my brows in red again too, like I do when I do my clown core. Let's see how that looks. Oof. Yeah, let's try that. Make it match my hair. Perfect. That is some leprechaun core right there. Leprechaun core. I just invented it. Boom. My invention. All right. Dracula Pot of Gold. I think that the link to my OnlyFans is being dropped by BugBot fairly recently, where I will be doing an adult cosplay in the same uniform. So come check that out. I also have my clown core stuff out there, and pirate, vampire, which was the most recent one, the Vampire Queen. So, is that even? Yeah, there we go. Oh, leprechaun. Yeah, leprechaun. All right. Yeah, I want to say be kind and take care, and we'll see you next time. I love all you guys. Appreciate you for showing up.
Oh, well, looky here. Another bird for me to tear to shreds. Ha, I love these stupid things. Well, let's go get him. You know, it's weird. I keep getting closer, but he's not getting any smaller. Huh, must be an optical illusion. What the hell is that on his face? An axe? Well, no, I wasn't looking at you. I was looking over there. What is that, a squirrel? Yeah, over there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, buddy, I wasn't looking at you. Yeah. Go ahead there, eat up. Oh, yeah. No, don't worry. Oh, no, don't mind me. I'm sitting here just shitting on myself.
With all the noise, pseudoscience, and political rhetoric clogging the airwaves about transgender people, it can be difficult to understand what's really happening and what's really true. Good news, everyone! Welcome to The Transpositions, your compass in the rugged landscape of transgender issues. Here, we strive to be the beacon of authenticity, providing a platform that amplifies the voices and experiences of the transgender community. From breaking news to in-depth features to breaking down the real science, we are committed to fostering understanding, empathy, and empowerment for all individuals across the gender spectrum. Join us as we navigate the complexities, celebrate the triumphs, and advocate for the rights of transgender people worldwide. Together, we can redefine boundaries, challenge stereotypes, and champion inclusivity. Subscribe today. The link is in the description.